I never know where the particular Higurashi scene is for OBS. Welcome to the stream. It's Saturday night. Higurashi Saturdays. That's what they're called. Officially. Look it up. We are in squarely starting chapter 2. Well, no, we're not starting it. We're in the depths of chapter 2 of Higurashi here. Excellent pace, if you were to ask me. Took us about a month or so, or less than a month maybe even, to finish the first chapter, which is exactly what we need to do. Nope, stop! We're not supposed to look at that, I don't think. Don't you dare. Don't you dare, Higurashi, try to do that to me. Don't you dare try to spring that upon me. Okay. So, let's recap what happened on Tuesday's stream. Love how the tag Maria hating zone. I know I carried over the bit from the Umineko streams. In my opinion, the Maria hating zone, we are deeply entrenched in the Maria hating zone. You enter the Maria hating zone whenever we start reading the Ryukishi stuff. I don't know if there will be anything after Higurashi on the channel, but I've made the determination the Maria hating zone extends to all Ryukishi streams. So yeah, we on Tuesday stream, so last stream of this, we did the tea party for chapter 1, which was a sort of meta, like, characters being like, hey, this is crazy what happened in the first chapter. That's wild, man. What a crazy story. What do you guys think? And Keiichi/Ketchy didn't show up. They had all their theories about if it was real people, if it was actual curse. They chitted, they chatted. And then we started in on chapter 2. And we finished, like, one subsection of it. I gained, basically... I could start Syconia. Is that how you say it? Syconia? Phase 1 and then just suffer? I actually thought about that. So, you know, like, there's the new one. And I was like, damn, once I finish Higurashi, would I actually want to, like, just, when a whole thing is not out, start it? And I'm generally landing on probably not. Which is funny to say because that thing is not going to come out. It's not going to finish in forever. It's been sitting, I think, as far as I understand, unfinished for now. And unmoving for a couple years or so. Ketchy/Keiichi. That's the suffer part. Yeah, see, I suffer in life from a lot of other causes. So I try, at the very least, to minimize the suffering causes off stream or on stream. What's happening? It says the video isn't available. What, this video? The video you're listening to? like this current video? Reload, plug it in, unplug it, plug it back in. Alright, so what's the what happened on Tuesday? So chapter 1. I basically gathered two things. It wasn't a ton that went on, but I think two things seemed to be important the way they were brought up. The first one I picked up on is that Mion, I almost said Mion, something I picked up on while we were reading it, and then I went back to check and make sure I wasn't just imagining this. She seemed genuinely upset when Ketchy/Keiichi was... I can't keep doing that. I'm just going to say Ketchy, despite people pointing out that's wrong. She seemed genuinely upset when he was about to just throw in the towel in his game of life. with the kids. He seemed to just be resigned to the fact of losing. And then there was like a moment where she was like pissed that he wasn't like either A, thinking outside the box, or B, willing to just kind of give up. And I don't know if that was just Mion being like, I can't believe he's just gonna like I can't tell if that was her just being like, oh, that's so upsetting. You're supposed to try as hard as you can in this club thing, in this setting. Or if there was genuinely like, that was like a really important thing happening, where she was like, she was miffed. She was capital M miffed. She gave him a stink look. She was like, I can't believe you're not thinking outside the box, trying your hardest to this thing. And I don't know if that's going to be a thing that like extrapolates like further into a story thing, but it feels very Ryukishi to be like this small little instance of something happening, and then like it being like a small little like you know, the meme with the, I keep bringing this up, but the meme with the small little dominoes and then the big dominoes. It feels like it's like a thing, right? But maybe that's all in my head. So yeah, there was that moment. So I took that away from Tuesday's stream. And then the other thing that seemed to be hammered at least a couple times, and I think maybe was talked about in the first chapter, but now we're bringing it back up, maybe, is that she has apparently 1 million uncles, and they all run 1 million different stores there in Hinamizawa. That's what, or something like that, or next to Hinamizawa or whatever. Like 1 million uncles that run 1 million shops. And it was brought up in the bit that we read, and then it was in the tip as well. So it was kind of like hammered home twice, where it was like, she was like, yeah, I have like uncles everywhere, and they run a bunch of stores, or something like that. And she goes and helps them. So that was another fact about that. I don't think I'm wrong about saying that. I think the number 1 million was thrown out. She's got and so she goes and helps them, the different storefronts and stuff, because she's apparently good at that, or she makes a small little money doing it and stuff. They did mention a councilman, Sonozaki, as well. Maybe she has like, maybe the uncles just reproduce nonstop, and they just, maybe the whole town, all right, new theory, whole town is all Sonozaki family members. And so everywhere you look, anywhere you throw a stone, you're going to hit someone from the Sonozaki family. I don't know what that means to the larger narrative, but it sounds just crazy enough to be accurate. And that's like all I remember from Tuesday, of at least of the things that seemed like they were important on Tuesday. And then I think we just go. I think that's all, unless anyone else has anything else to say, bring up. Any beefs they have with me, specifically, before I load up this? Does anyone want to talk about the way I pronounce any names? I can't shake when it was like, hey, and I just flat out was like, I'm just gonna say it how I'm saying it. I can't stop at this point. L plus ratio, correct. Yep. True. All right, I'll bounce audio once I start talking. Austin when he cries. Bubman when he cries. I'll be able to tell once they start talking, and I have an audio thing here. Here we go. So, Mion, my girl, says, I wonder why afternoons always make you feel sleepy like this. Mion spoke in a voice that went so far as to make whoever heard it lethargic. Actually, I'm gonna put that down there. Okay. You want a medical explanation for sleepiness?
話してもいいが、もっと眠くなるぞ。
Is Mion still my favorite? Yeah. Leagues ahead of everyone else. Leagues ahead. Well, that sounds mean, right? I don't really care much for Kechi / Keiichi. I like Rika just because I like the whole... I'm like so impossibly tiny, and just my sheer existence is like just an overwhelming power of cuteness. So I kind of like Rika. I think she's interesting. She's inoffensive as well, as far as like she has nothing, like no negatives towards her, or no outward negatives, right? She also seems, I think she definitely follows the trope of like, I bet as the story unfolds, I would not be surprised if the story is like, oh, the tiny and unassuming one, the most tiny, the most unassuming one, has like deep knowledge of something, or is going to be the most wise one later on, or something like that. Like, I would not be surprised if that kind of trope is followed. Unrelated, speaking of pronunciation, you pronounce Kechi almost exactly like the same way you pronounce... Oh, yeah! That's a good point. I didn't even put those... And I'm playing the... I didn't even put those two together. Kechi? Kate Sith? What if I pronounce Kechi like Kate Sith? What if I switch the things and I go... Can I call... So Kechi would be... Kate... I don't... My brain is breaking. Kate... Sith... Shit... I don't know. But that's true. The correct way of pronunciating Kate Sith as Ketchi is basically how I should be saying, or I do say Ketchi. That's very funny. I didn't even put those two together. It seems so obvious. Kate Sith here says, you want a medical explanation for sleepiness? I could say it, but it'll just make you more sleepy. Yeah, spare me. It was almost 3 o'clock. 6th period was almost over. By the way, Kate Sith, Mybra, Ketchi. I can't get over when you guys were saying, chat was saying, Ketchi like ketchup. Like I'm just straight up saying ketchup. Ketchup, Mybra. By the way, Satoko and everyone else in the lower grades ended their school day after 5th period, so they're probably running around the schoolyard right now. I could hear their joy-filled voices coming from there right now. Oh, wait. Oh, what I would give to be able to join them. I read that weird. Mi-chan, you're the class representative, so you have to try harder. No going to sleep.
私さ、クラス委員長じゃなくて水泳部の部長がいいんだよ。
You see, rather than the class representative, I'd rather be the president of the boxing club.
いっぱい寝れるから。
They get to sleep a lot.
お？してその心は？
Also, I'm still like slightly losing my voice, so I'm trying very hard to not cough right into the mic and stuff, but if you hear me and my voice like wavering a bit, just means I'm straining to get out words, which is probably not great for a bunch of reading, but just know I'm trying my best. I'm sacrificing when you're like, for the like the millionth time, you're like, God, I wish you'd just say the name correctly. This Ketchi's name right. Cut me a little bit of slack. All right, so Ketchi says, huh? What makes you think that?
水泳部なだけに睡眠グーなんちゃって。
At the boxing gym, they're always hitting the sack. Get it? Is that a dumb pun? Bam! The teacher cackled as she hit the back of Mion's head with the corner of a textbook.
お後がよろしいようで。
That's all from me.
今日はこれくらいにしましょう。
I'll leave it at that for today.
委員長号令
Representative, please direct the class.
起立
Everybody, stand up.
気をつけ
At attention. Mion, who had been half asleep, became lively again the moment she heard class was over. It must be delightful to be that shrewd. Homeroom was done after the lower grades had finished their lessons, so we were free to go. It was one of the odd rules we had as a mixed grade. It was one of the odd rules we had as a mixed grade school. When the new class was over, Satoko and Rika-chan returned to the classroom.
お疲れ様なのです。
Good work today.
さあ楽しい部活の時間ですのよ。
Alright, it's time to have our happy fun club activities.
よっしゃ
Yeah,
そうだね
that's right. Also, I didn't point this out, and now the sprite's gone. I never fully appreciated the little bow tie Rika's got. Very big fan of the little bow tie. The bow tie's not here, but on the other, the other one. The other character.
今日は何をしようかね
Just general bow tie appreciation, I want to point out. Yeah, that's right. What should we do today?
ねえみーちゃん
Hey, Mi-chan. Oh, Rina is another name. Wasn't someone saying I was saying Rina wrong? Rina? Reina? These are the things that like stick in my head now constantly, like anytime I open up Higurashi now. I am, but it's part of the charm. You know what? That's the best answer I could hear right now. I'm not like your big streamers, alright? I pick a name and how to pronounce it, and then I stick with it. And I'll double down on the wrong pronunciations too, and I'll be stubborn as hell. Hey, Mi-chan.
今日は昨日のイベントの続きにはならないの
Why don't we continue what we started yesterday?
そうそう
Yes.
そうですわ
I have absolutely no idea how I pronounce Ki-chan differently than Kechi. Yeah, I mean, I'll donate my brain to science once I die, and then I'll specifically add a note to have them try to like figure out like that part. Satoko says, yes, we should do that.
あれだけ大盛り上がりして尻切れトンボでは納得がいきませんのよ
To have it end like that when things were getting good, I won't accept it.
まあまあ
Now, now.
気持ちはわかるけどまたの機会にしようよ
I know how you feel, but let's save that for another time.
放課後の教室なんてしみったれたロケーションじゃなくてもっと晴れの舞台でさ
Something like that shouldn't be done somewhere dinky like a classroom after school, but a grander stage.
俺はいつでもいいけどな。
I'm down whenever.
決勝戦は後輩たちも立ち会わせる約束になってるんだ。
But some of the younger guys said they'd watch me in the finals.
あらかじめ日取りを決めてほしいぜ。
So let me know ahead of time.
うわ
Wow.
ケイチ
Or
君
whoa.
すごい
Keshi-kun, you're amazing.
応援してくれる人がいるんだねいるんだね
There's people cheering you on. Cheering you on. Rena? 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 Just doesn't sound right to me. Sorry.
レナにも応援してくれる人いないかな
Hey, if anything, I'm different. This is a playthrough where you get something different. I'm unique. I bring something unique to the Higurashi streams. Wrong name pronunciations and a bunch of coughing. That's the way to experience them. Cheering you on. I wonder if there's anybody cheering on Rena. The pizzazz. I couldn't help but watch as Rena entered her pining maiden mode.
手は抜けないけど、レナの優勝、俺が祈ってるぜ。
I'm not gonna pull any punches, but I'll pray for your victory, Rena. With a saccharine, catchy brand smile, I ruffled Rena's hair roughly. One thing we didn't get to establish, and I assume this is verging on like potential spoiler territory maybe, because I don't think it's clearly one way or the other. but I brought up like the question of like what time is chapter 2 happening in? Because obviously I brought up Umineko and I said, oh, obviously with each new chapter we're seeing like the same 2-day event taking place with obviously variances. And I was curious how this was going to happen. Like, is it going to be like a parallel timeline? Obviously it's before the festival. I know that. Which makes me think that it is, I'm not saying the exact same thing as Umineko, but at least the same mindset where it's like, it's the same, like, we go back and there's going to be variances, but we're still going to see, it's the same, like, day periods, if that makes sense, right? That's at least what I'm feeling, but we haven't yet, like, and then what does that mean? Because, again, in Umineko, what does it mean? It means that we're seeing a different game be played out in the metaverse kind of thing, right? But that we don't, it does, seemingly we don't have that kind of thing, like, level of meta-ness, like, established here in Higurashi. So then what exactly are we, like, rewinding with? And that's all just what I'm thinking about. Rina says, what? How? Is she getting flustered from the hair ruffling? Ketchikun, what yeah, that's why I said, like, I assume we're verging. I'm very appreciative that there weren't any, like, heavy-handed, like, spoilers there in chat when I asked the question, because obviously I'm asking as, like, a rhetorical. I assume it's gonna be told to us at some point, or at least made more clear. These are just my open thoughts. Rina turned bright red and short-circuited, smoke billowing from both her ears. Gazing into her eyes, a strange scene of me holding hands with Rina and skipping through a flower bed was reflected there. Ah, even if it was in somebody else's imagination, it was terribly troubling. There's that bow tie. Meet Keshi, the Rina killer. When Rika-chan said that, everyone burst out laughing at once. That Rina is a Satoko and Rika-chan killer, though. It may be true that we can't win against Rina, but we won't lose to Kechi. Maybe unpopular opinion, you were asked earlier if Mion was still my favorite. Although I don't, like, outwardly hate her, Satoko is probably my least favorite of the group. Just putting that out there. Assuming I can't vote for Kechi. Kechi says, oh, this is becoming a pretty interesting relationship map. Our strengths kind of interact like in rock, paper, scissors. But that doesn't include Mion, does it? Of course not. Doesn't matter who it is, I won't lose. Mion leered with the gaze befitting of a club president. No, befitting of an empress. The mood in the room became more lively. It was as good a moment as any to get started. Alright, shadow game, commence. Well now. Let's get started, nice and easy. Yeah. So then, Mi-chan, what shall we do today? Mion let out a small interjection as she rummaged through the so-called club locker. Every time I look, there's always a ton of things crammed in there. Everything that's jammed in that locker is a game of some kind, you know? On top of that, things used for penalty games like cat ears and collars were kept in there. The capacity of that thing is unfathomable. That locker, maybe it actually extended through the wall into the 4th dimension. That's my theory anyways. If not that, then how else could you explain how someone could pull out item after item? After Mion touched her hand to her chin briefly in thought, she turned around without pulling out any games. Why don't we try and keep it a bit simple today? Playing games that require lots of pieces all the time can be a little bland, right?
どんなゲームでもみんなでやれば大盛り上がりしますです。
It doesn't matter what game it is. If everybody plays together, we can have fun. That's the spirit, Rika.
そうだね。
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Rena and I both expressed our agreement. I feel the same way. With this group, there's no doubt even if we were pulling weeds from the school grounds, it would be fun.
私は楽しく
Don't
な
be
いです
picking
わ。
weeds. Weed picking is not fun. Satoko says, that wouldn't be fun for me,
草むしりなんか。
pulling weeds or whatever.
あ、やっぱりか。
Ah, that's right, isn't it?
っていうかサトコ、
By the way, Satoko,
人の表情を見て考えを読むのはやめろ。
could you stop reading people's minds by looking at their expressions?
ケイチ君は顔に考えてることがすぐ出るからね。
Whatever you're thinking is always written all over your face.
すぐわかっちゃうんだよ。
So I always know right away. I've always been told that, but ever since I transferred, it seems like it's been especially bad. I need to develop a poker face or I could be in for a rough time.
はいみんな傾聴傾聴
Oh, I love this game playing music, where it goes bow wham bam bow bam bow wham bam bow bam bam bow wham bam. All right, everybody, pay attention.
ルールを説明するよ
I'm going to explain the rules. Although, I really miss Umineko music. I gotta be 100% honest. When you go from Umineko music to like what we've experienced so far in Higurashi, it's like a massive downgrade. That's the one thing I truly so far miss as I'm playing Higurashi and thinking back to Umineko. I'm like, damn, they really went hard with the music in Umineko compared to this so far. Alright, everybody pay attention. I'm going to explain the rules. We all immediately cut the idle chatter and put on stern expressions. In no time at all, everybody's gaze focused like a tiger or shark, listening intently. That's right. From the point where the rules are explained, the match has already begun.
今日のゲームは割とパーティーゲームでは知られてるやつなんだけどね
Today's game is probably better known as a party game.
シンパシーって言うんだけど聞いたことある人いる
It's called sympathy. Has anybody heard of it before? Sympathy. It means to share someone's feelings, right? Huh. Maybe I might know this.
みーちゃん、それひょっとして
Mi-chan, maybe it's...
お題目を決めてみんなで連想する言葉を書いて
game where we choose a topic and everybody writes down the first word that comes to mind.
同じ答えを書いた人が多ければ多いほど得点っていうゲームかな。
And the more people who share the same answers, the more points are awarded? Question mark.
だったらレナ知ってるよ。
In that case, Rina knows about it. Ah, I remember. I recall playing a game like that in grade school where we were on the bus during a field trip.
知らないゲームでしたよ。
I'm not familiar with this game.
説明してほしいですわね。
I would like an explanation.
まずね親がお題目を決めるんだよ
First of all, we have the leader choose a topic.
例えばデザートっていうお題目を決めたとする
For example, they choose dessert.
さとこはデザートって言われたら真っ先に何を思いつくかな
Satoko-chan, when somebody says dessert, what's the first thing you think of?
そうですわね。
Let's see here.
例えばプリンとか。
Pudding or something?
OK だったらさとこは手元のメモにプリンって書くわけ
Okay, in that case, Satoko, you would write down pudding on your memo pad.
で全員で一斉の背で答えを公開し合う
Then, everybody reveals their answer at the same time.
でプリンって書いた人が2人以上いれば得点
If there's 2 or more people that wrote this, who wrote down pudding, they get points.
いればいるほど高得点だから全員が同じ答えだったら最大5点入るわけ
The more people who write down the same answer, the more points are awarded. So if everybody writes down the same answer, that's a max 5 points.
つまりみんなと同じ答えになるように考えるのがコツなのです。
In other words, the trick is to think so that you write... I'm having problems reading apparently tonight. The trick is to think so that what you write down is the same answer as everybody else. Also, I think that sentence is just word. In other words, the trick is to think so that what you write down... It was exactly as Rika-chan said. The point of this game was to think in a way so that you have the same answer as everybody else. For example, even if you heard the word dessert and immediately thought of strawberry sundae, if your answer doesn't match up with everybody else, you don't get any points. That's why you have to hold off on that answer and change to one that seems like one everybody else would choose. The key becomes not what you think yourself, but being able to predict what everybody else will answer. It's a very high-level intellectual game. A thinking man's game, you could say.
みー、さとこのために一回だけ練習をしてみましょうです。
Me, for Satoko's sake, let's try practicing for one round.
オッケー。親は部長である私でいいよね。
Okay, for this round, seeing as I'm club president, leader will be me, alright?
お題目を何か適当に。
The topic can be something random. Taking out her literature textbook, she began flipping to a random page.
じゃあ一回だけ練習せんね。
Alright then, this is the only practice round.
最初のお題目は
The
かき氷。
The first topic is shaved ice. What, like flavors?
かき氷って言ったら決まってるよね。
When you say shaved ice, there's only one answer, isn't there? This is the type of game where if Mion says, oh, there's only one answer, I would be feeling the pressure that I'm gonna say something no one else says. I begin so stressed here. Among the standard flavors of shaved ice, there's strawberry, melon, and blue Hawaii. The most popular amongst those is obviously melon. Obviously.
みんな書いた？
Everyone write down an answer,
じゃあ一斉に公開するよ。
and everybody shows theirs at the same time, okay?
一斉のせ。
Ready, go!
一時金時。
Oh my god. Strawberry, melon, Uji Jintoki, strawberry. I'm sure I said that right word correctly. What? I'm the only one with melon?
お前ら
You guys,
イチゴなんてスタンダードなつまんねえの選ぶだよな。
don't go doing something so mundane as picking strawberries as standard.
おいレナ、かき氷でイチゴなんか頼むかよ。夏祭りで一番早く売り切れるのはメロンって決まってるんだぜ。
Hey, Rena, would you actually order strawberry shaved ice? The first thing that always sells out at summer festivals is always melon, isn't it?
レナもメロン味は好きだよ。
Rena also likes melon flavor.
でもやっぱりいちご味だよね。よね。
But really, it's all about the strawberry, right? Right?
ケイちゃん、確かに私も選ぶならメロンにするよ。
Kei-chan, if I was to pick, I would actually choose melon.
だけどね、これは連想ゲームだよ。
But you see, this is a word association game.
かき氷って言ったら、まず人はイチゴでしょ。
If somebody says shaved ice, the first thing you think of is strawberry. I'm still not entirely convinced, but in any case, it's this type of game.
リカのは何て書いてありますの？
Rika, what exactly did you write?
それかき氷ですの？
Is that a type of shaved ice?
宇治金時です。
Don't say it again. Don't make me read this again. It's Ujijintoki.
たまらない美味しさなのですよ。
It's incredibly delicious, you know. Well, it might be delicious, sure, but it's not exactly run of the mill. Still, that's a pretty refined choice.
さとこ、これで大体わかったかな？
Satoko, does this help you get a good idea?
イチゴって書いた人は仲間が3人いるから3点獲得。
There were 3 people who wrote down strawberry, so those people get 3 points.
この調子で点を競っていくわけ。
We compete to see who can get the most. Yeah,
わかりましたわ。
I got it.
それよりミオさん、
More importantly, Mion-san,
今日の罰ゲームは何にしますですの？
what shall we do about today's penalty game? Oh,
やっぱりあるんだね。
there's going to be one after all.
何かな？何かな？
What will it be? What will it be?
何にしようかね。
What should it be?
ケイちゃん、何か提案ある？
Kei-chan, you have a suggestion?
え、罰ゲーム？
What? For the penalty game?
そうだな。小学校の頃、罰ゲームってのがあったら、うん。
When I was in elementary school, there was a penalty game Yeah,
やっぱりあれだよな。
it can only be that.
そう、荷物持ちだ。
Schlepping. Schlepping.
つまり負けた人が全員の荷物を持たされて運ぶってやつでしょ。
In other words, the thing where the loser has to carry around everybody else's baggage.
男子がよくやってるね。
Happen often to the boys.
全身ランドセルだらけにして歩いてる小学生よく見るし。
Elementary school kids walking around completely covered in backpacks. See it a lot.
でもどうするの？
But how will we do that?
さとこちゃんとリカちゃんのお家は私たちとは逆方向だよ。
Satoko-chan and Rika-chan's houses are the complete opposite direction from ours.
じゃあ1位の荷物をビリが家まで運んであげるでいいんじゃない？
Then how about the loser carries just the winner stuff to their house?
全員の荷物の宅配だと結構いい距離になっちゃうしね。
Getting everybody's stuff to their house would involve covering a pretty sizable distance. Oh, yeah,
それくらいならいいかもね。
just that much. Might be alright.
なんだか今日の罰ゲームは簡単ですわね。
Somehow, today's penalty game is pretty simple.
この程度の罰ゲームではケイチさんにやらせても面白くありませんわ。
With a penalty game of this level, it wouldn't even be fun to make Kechi-san do it.
じゃあもうちょっとレベルアップしようかね。
Then shall we raise the stakes a bit?
ただ荷物運びをするだけじゃなく、じゃーん、
Not just playing porter. Ta-da!
これを着て荷物運びをしてもらうというのはどうかな？
How about we have someone schlep stuff around dressed in this?
な、
What?
なぜにメイド服？
Why a maid outfit of all things? How?
はいいけど、そんなの嫌。
It's cute and all, but no way. I need to see Kechi in a maid's outfit, please. Satoko says, but you see,
ケイチさんが負けた場合はどうしますの？
what do we do if Kechi-san loses?
ケイチさんに着れるサイズがなければ。
If we don't have a size that fits him?
そこは抜かりないよ。
Oh, I didn't let that little detail get by.
ケイちゃん用にちゃんと XL サイズも用意してあるもんね。
I have a nice XL size one. I have a nice XL size one prepared just for Kei-chan.
さあケイちゃん覚悟はいい？
So, Kei-chan, are you ready?
メイドコスさせて外を練り歩かせてあげるよ。
I'm gonna have you walk around outside dressed up as a maid.
カチューシャからガーターベルトにショーツまで全部揃ってるんだからね。
From the headband to the garter belt, even the underwear. Got it all prepared for you.
絶対変だ。なんでそんなものがサイズごとに全部ロッカーに入ってるんだよ。
This is insane. Why do you have every possible size of that type of thing in that locker? Don't ask questions. This is bad, Kichi Maibara. Somehow, it's become a situation where only my failure results in an overly cruel price to pay. What if I make a mistake and lose? I wouldn't be able to walk around in broad daylight anymore. Oh, ma'am. About that Maibara boy. Did you hear about him? Seems like he has a penchant for cross-dressing. Oh my, really? That'd be so embarrassing, you know? Ho 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 ho! Yeah! Oh, that was him. I see. That was like him, like, envisioning the situation. How does this affect my opinion of her? Of Mion? Like, why does Mion wanting to embarrass Kechi? Does that negatively or positively impact? I like a person that will go to any lengths to embarrass a friend group. You know, you take shots at your friends. It's all in good fun. I think. That's way too harsh. That's just incredibly brutal. If we're to return this penalty to some semblance of normalcy, now is the only time. Everybody, I think we should refrain from this unwholesome penalty game. On the way back home from school, do we have to be accompanied by a girl wearing a maid uniform and carrying our baggage? Having them say master while dragging them around the village in such an embarrassing outfit? Wait, why am I panting? What is this? This feeling welling up inside me. I don't like this. Hey, let's just make it a normal penalty game. Wait, Keshi-kun is frozen stiff. Foom. Burning with passion, I firmly place my hands on Rina's shoulders. Okay, so he's gone from, okay, this is ultimate embarrassment if I lose, to seemingly, this is pinnacle prize winning if I don't lose. Respect. As long as I don't lose, then everything is good. Rina, there's no problem with the penalty game. I just have to win. That's right, everybody. This is like the gambling mindset. Man, as long as I don't lose all this money, I'll be fucking golden. I turn to everybody with an idiotic grin, my pearly whites flashing with a brilliant gleam. Oh, Kei-chan, you've come around to the idea, eh? No matter what the penalty game is, there's no reason to be afraid. You just have to win. Right, everybody? Yeah! Yeah! From Mion to Rika, everybody energetically thrust their fists up high. Only Rina seemed somewhat undecided, standing there looking flustered. She's a little bit slow, isn't she? If she wins, even for Rina, it's quite a delectable opportunity. Hey, Rina. Don't you see this as a pretty big opportunity? Rika-chan or Satoko-chan in a maid outfit coming right to your doorstep. This is a historically great chance, isn't it? Sploosh. Rina began spouting a fountain of blood from her nose. The look in her eyes completely changed. She sifted into cute mode. I was waiting for this, Rina. That look in her eyes. Huh? To my doorstep. It's not like Hichi-kun or Mi-chan wouldn't be good too. Alright. Looks like everybody's prepared themselves. Get your memo pads ready. First question. Ready? Mion opened up her textbook to a random page and read out a word that caught her eye. The first topic is summer break. I say beach. 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 This is yet another quite abstract keyword. Well then, let's not worry about it too much and start with something like this. Everybody good? Time to show them. Ready, go! On Mion's signal, everybody simultaneously held up what they wrote. Let's see, what did everybody write? Summer festival, fireworks, mosquito coils. Good one. Oh, Rina and I have the same answer. Alright, 2 points. But Satoko's fireworks was pretty good too. No. No, it wasn't, Rina. Stop lying. Rika's mosquito coil is a very nice seasonal choice as well. No, Rina, that's even a worse lie. Stop trying to make them feel okay about the situation. Don't make them feel good for writing down a bad answer. Alright? Only makes it worse. All the choices are quite invigorating. It's almost summer break, isn't it? I wonder how we'll spend it this year. invigorating words that invoke the image of summer break. Certainly things that enrich the soul. As everybody approaches the soon-to-come summer break, a plethora of dreams should be etched upon their thoughts.
ところでケイチさんの答えは何ですの？
By the way, Kechi-san, what did you answer?
早く見せなさいでございますわ。
Hurry up and show us.
俺のは大した答えじゃ。
I didn't really write it down anything that great.
ダメダメ。
No, no, no.
見せるのがルールなんだから。ほらほら。
Showing us is part of the rules. Now, come on.
やめろよ。
Stop it!
見るな。
Don't look! Homework with a badoing noise. The room went silent. Nobody could really follow up that response. It's as if my impertinent answer had somehow sullied the wonderful dreams of the coming summer break.
ケイチ君の夏休みって楽しくなかったんだね。
Kishi-kun's summer breaks were never fun, were they?
大丈夫ですよ。
It's alright.
今年の夏はみんなで過ごしましょうです。
Let's spend the summer this year with everybody. Nothing bad will happen.
ケイチを一人ぼっちにはしませんですよ。
We won't leave you by your lonesome. Rika-chan gently petted my head. The head pats are adorable. What exactly did summer break mean to me? Summer courses, observing sunflowers, practice exams, special summer focus seminars. I know nothing of hot summers, because I've always been in an air-conditioned cram school. Ugh, the tears, they...
ケイちゃんの夏休み、灰色だったんだね。
Kei-chan's summer breaks were always devoid of hopes and dreams, weren't they? Wow.
そんな哀れみの目で俺を見るんじゃねえ。
Don't look at me with such pity in your eyes. Don't look at me! This game called Sympathy may be more terrifying than I could ever imagine.
まあとにかく。
Well, anywho.
私とレナは2点獲得ね。
Rina and I get 2 points each.
続けていくよ。次は魚。
Let's keep going. Next is fish. I just think of goldfish. So, it's fish. Water. Come to think about it, I haven't eaten sushi in a while. By the way, rather than lean tuna, I'm quite the connoisseur of things like flounder. Wonder who I'll match with this answer. Because for a Japanese person, anyone would think of this.
じゃあいいかみんな。
Alright, everybody.
今度は俺から公開するぜ。
This time we'll start from mine.
いっせーのせ。
Ready, go! Sushi. How about that for an answer? When you see a lively fish, do you want it to steam it or grill it? No. To have fresh sashimi is the epitome of cuisine. Rather than write sashimi, however, I'll choose the more amiable term in sushi. That is my cunning ploy. But contrary to the intrepid resolve of my reply, everybody's expression was listless.
そうだよね。
Oh, that's right.
お魚って、
When you say fish, I see...
お寿司は美味しいもんね。
Sushi is tasty, isn't it?
そんな同情っぽく言うな。
Stop talking to me in that consoling tone! Stop it!
じゃあ残る全員も公開するよ。
Well then, should the rest of us show our answers?
いっせーの。
Ready, go!
イルカ。
Dolphin. Huh?
クジラ。
Whale.
水族館。
Aquarium.
水族館。
Aquarium.
リカと同じ答えですわね。
Rick and I have the same answer.
2点獲得ですわ。
That's 2 points.
レナはクジラか。
Fish is difficult. I'm gonna be honest, fish is a tough word. Rena picked whale, eh?
私も考えたんだけどね。
I thought about that too.
イルカにしちゃった。
Two of those are not fish. 2 of those are definitively not fish. I thought about that too, but I ended up picking dolphin.
ああ、そうだったの？
Really?
レナは最初イルカって書いたんだけど、 誰も書かないかなって思って。
Rina wanted to write dolphins at first, but Rina didn't think anybody else would write it.
どちらもとっても可愛いのですよ。
Either one of them is very cute. Everybody, excluding me, stopped and stared blankly as their thoughts drifted over the horizon. It seemed as if they can hear the roar of the open sea from over there.
これで全員2点獲得ですわね。
This means everybody has 2 points. No? Ketchy does not have 2 points. Rude ass.
ケイチさん以外。
Well, everybody but Ketchy-san.
ケイチくんの答え0点だけど、レナはとっても独創的で面白いと思うな。
Ketchy-kun's answers were worth 0 points, but Rina thinks they were very unique and interesting. Interesting.
魚と聞いて真っ先に食用に走るとは。
To immediately think of food when you hear the word fish.
ケイちゃん、心の貧しさを恥じた方がいいよ。うん。
Ki-chan, you should really be ashamed of how destitute your soul is, huh? Wah.
心が貧しいとか言うな。だいたいミオンとレナの答えはなんだよ。魚類じゃないぞそれ。哺乳類だし。
Don't say something like my soul is destitute! Besides, what's with Mion and Rion's answers anyways? Those aren't even fish, those are mammals!
全会一致で却下。
Objection overruled.
次の問題いくよ。
Next. What a horrid game this is today. As the games pile on and on, it seems as if I will be further exposed as a petty human being. I'm the only one who still hasn't earned any points. I want to at least get a point in the next round.
さて次のお題目は桜。
Alright, the next topic is Sakura. Sakura. Damn it. This time I'll do it. Keep your cool, Keshimibara. Don't think what you would normally think. Everybody else here is a girl. Stop thinking like a man. If you write down Sakura Mochi here, you'll only be repeating the tragedies of the past. Throw away that gastrocentric male sensibility. Just for now, think of yourself as a girl. You are a girl. You are a girl. I am a girl.
みんな書けたかな？
Everybody finished writing?
いくよ。
Let's do it!
ケイチさん、今度くらい得点できないとやばいではございませんの。
Kechi-san, if you don't start getting points right now, won't it be a bit dangerous? This time it's perfect. I've completely suppressed my own instincts. This time, I will have a match. No, I will make a match. Through sheer willpower, I'm gonna match with someone. Kechi-kun, you seem pretty confident about this one.
レナね、今度はケイチくんと会うようにね、男の子の身になって考えたんだよ。
You see, this time, Rina thought like a boy so I can match up with your answer.
桜餅。
Sakura Mochi!
僕も大好きなのです。
I like them too.
書きましたですよ。
I wrote it down. Rina and Rika. Rina and Rika giggled together. The scream.
今頃になって食い気を出すんじゃねえ。
Now is not the time to think with your stomach!
ではケイチさんは私と同じではございませんこと？お花見ですのよ。
Well then, did Kechi-san write the same answer as me? I put down Hinami.
そうだよね。
That's right.
桜って言ったらお花見しかないでしょ。
When you say Sakura, it just has to be Hanami, right?
私も書いたよ。
I wrote that down too. Mion and Satoko's response was Hanami. Hanami? Seriously?
お花見なんて酒盛りして地帯を晒す親父イベントの定番だろうが。
That's the kind of event where old geezers getting drunk and doing all sorts of depraved things is the standard, isn't it?
なんで今頃になってあっさり女の子な答えを放棄するんだよ。
And why of all times did you just decide to abandon answering from a girl's point of view?
じゃあ何ケイちゃん。
Well then, Kishan,
あんたどんな女の子の答えを書いたわけよ。
what sort of girly response did you write down?
なんでもないよ。
It's nothing.
次行こう次。あ
Let's move on to this next topic. Before I knew it, Rika-chan had circled behind me and was intently reading the memo I'd written behind my back.
口紅って書いてありますです。
Cardmaster Sakura is written down here. Great. It became dead quiet. The abrupt silence enveloped the room. It would be fine if somebody at least laughed at me or played it off as something dumb, but nobody even flinched. The feeling in the pit of my stomach reached critical mass, causing my once blood-drained face to flush with a sudden wave of heat. Oh, he exploded. Sakura can only mean Cardmaster Sakura, can it? It's a super popular anime that's broadcast every week on the government-run networks. It's broken through to every demographic from little girls to grown men. You've seen it, haven't you? No, you've definitely seen it. Even I've seen it.
いや、そんな力説しなくてもよく知ってるよ。
Yeah. Even without the forced explanation, I know about it. It's that thingy where she fights in a different costume every week, right?
うん、知ってる知ってる。
Yeah, I know. Yep. It's cute, isn't it? Rina sometimes browses through it at the magazine stand to keep up with the story. So I assume this is dialogue that wasn't voiced because it's a trademark registered copyright thing. I saw it for the first time recently. Sakura is cool and so cheerful all the time. I like the girl who's always filming with the camcorder. It's not just popular with little girls, it's also surprisingly well received by older boys, isn't it? Is this just an ad? Am I reading an advert for this anime? To think that Kichan was one of those. I felt like I had inadvertently blurted out something unnecessary, and I completely self-destructed, but that wasn't the main problem. So you all know it, don't you? Then why didn't you write it down? Sakura means Sakura Kinomoto. Sakura-tan. Cardmaster Sakura is the right answer! Poomp. Mion quietly put her hand on my shoulder.
ケイちゃん、
Kichan,
今確信したわ。
now I am certain.
ケイちゃんは骨の髄まで親父なんだよ。
Kichan, you are to your very core a geezer.
強制不能なくらい。
Irrevocably so. Scream.
なんでみんなそんな同情的な目で見るんだ。
Why is everybody looking at me with those eyes filled with pity?
そんなことないよ、ケイチくん。
Kichan, if there was ever a moment to say this for you, it's so Jover. Rina says, that's not true, Keshi-kun. Okay.
頑張ろ
Let's do our best.
う。ここから大逆転だよ。
Here's where the comeback begins.
親父なケイチさんに逆転などありえませんわ。
There's no coming back for Kechi-san the geezer.
おとなしく今日の罰ゲームをおくらいなさいませ。
Now give up quietly and accept your penalty. Ooh, what was today's penalty game again? Oh, how could you forget so easily?
カチューシャ、ガーターベルト付きで1位の人の荷物を運ぶのですよ。
Dressing up as a maid, complete with hairband and garter belt while carrying around the winner's stuff. Pain. Alright,
我が部の部員ならこの絶対不利を覆してごらん。
if you're real members of this club, show me you won't let anybody come back from this disadvantage.
さあさあ続けていくよ。
Alright, let's keep it rolling. What, is he having his Joker moment right now?
ああ、ケイチくんが嬉しそうだよ。なんでだろう、なんでだろう。
Whoa, Ketchikun seems happy. Why? How can this be?
きっと女装の喜びに目覚めちゃったんだよ。
He's probably awoken to the joys of cross-dressing. Me.
あ、ケイチくん、カチューシャ落ちそうだよ。
Ketchikun, your hairband is going to fall off.
直してあげるね。
Let me fix that for you. Rena cheerfully adjusted their the hairband that had been enshrined upon my head.
どうよケイちゃん。
How does it feel, Kichan?
本物の女の子の前で女の子の格好をする快感に目覚めたりとかした？
Have you awoken to the pleasures of wearing girls' clothing in front of actual girls?
正直に言ってごらん。
Be honest now.
大丈夫。
It's alright.
笑ったりしないから。
We won't laugh.
うわ
Ah!
ーてめ
You jerk!
えぶっ殺す
I'm gonna murder you. Swinging Mion's bag about wildly, I chased her in circles for a bit. Today's loser was quickly decided to be me. When I had been assured of finishing last, Mion showed her true power. She began racking up points with an iron fist. In the end, I didn't even have to add up the score to know who was on top. After that, in the changing room, with much wailing and gnashing of teeth, pushing the boundaries of shame and brutality, I was instructed by Mion on how to put on everything from ribbons to underwear. I just remembered I dressed as Burn Crystal for Halloween. Ah, dude, I dressed up as Battler last Halloween. And for the stream. I was instructed by Mion on how to put on everything from ribbons to underwear. Perfect. Damn you, Mion. What do you mean? Knowing this will come in handy one day.
男がエプロンドレスの着方を習って人生のどこで役に立つってんだよ
How the bloody hell will a man knowing how to put on a garter belt be useful? Shh.
ケイちゃん声大きい声大きい。
Kichan, you're too loud.
黙ってりゃ演劇のお稽古くらいでごまかせるんだから。
If you stay quiet, you might be able to pass this off as rehearsal for a play.
そうだよ。
She's right.
大騒ぎしたら、個性的な趣味の人だって勘ぐられちゃうよ。
If you cause a scene here, they'll find out that you're wearing women's clothing right down to the unmentionables. Unga! I shuddered from head to toe, resisting the urge to scream.
でもケイちゃんってさ、お肌のキメ細かいよね。
Actually, Kichan, you have really smooth skin.
お化粧のノリがいいってよく言われない？
Are you often told that it's easy to apply makeup on you? Saying that, Mion gently rubbed my cheek. Uwoa. Awooga. Is that like awooga? What kind of man gets praise for being easy to apply makeup on them?
メイドさんのカチューシャをつけた感想はどう？
How does it feel wearing a maid's hairband?
これぞまさに画量転生。
Really finishes off the look.
カチューシャこそがメイド衣装の真骨頂だもんね。
The hairband is the best part of a maid outfit, after all.
何が画量転生だ
What do you mean finishes off the look?
バカこら
Dumbass?
いじるな
Stop teasing me. Hee 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 hee.
ケイチくん照れてる。かわいい。
Ketchikun is embarrassed. Cute.
そうそう。
That's right.
男の人ってフリフリとかって好きなんだよね。
Men like things like garter belts, right?
どうよ。それを自分で身につけてみた感想は。
So how does it feel wearing one yourself?
感想なんて別にそんな
I don't really feel any...
バカやめろ
Hey, stop it.
めくるな
Don't flip it up.
キュッとするでしょ。
It's tight, isn't it?
歩くたびに足元スースーするの。
Can you
ちゃ
feel...
んと感じてる。
Can you feel it rub against your skin as you walk? Stop. Don't whisper such strange things in my ear. Ah, my miserable manhood subtly shifted. Eek. Eek indeed.
赤くなってる赤くなってる。
You're turning red, you're turning red.
やっと気づいたかな？
Have you finally realized it?
そう、
That's right.
今ケイちゃんは成人男子垂涎のメイドさんそのものなんだよ。
Right now, Ki-chan is exactly the type of maid that every healthy male wants. Well, stop it, Mion. Really, why do you have to whisper that right in my ear?
メイドさんをギューって抱きしめたいって思ったことない？
Have you ever just wanted to hold a maid close to you?
ケイちゃんは今ね、そのメイドさんと一体化してるの。
Ki-chan, you've certainly become one with that maid.
わかる？
Don't you see?
それはね、肌を重ねるよりもずっと近い距離。
That's a distance far closer than mere touch can ever achieve.
ほら、息吹や鼓動が聞こえてこない？
There? Can't you hear that pulse? That breath?
みーちゃん、それって
Mi-chan, that's, On the verge of overheating, a long red line flowed out of Rina's nose.
ちゃんとお化粧して、ケイちゃん好みのストレートロングのカツラかぶせて。
Putting on makeup properly? Making you wear a wig with the straight long hair you like so much?
ケイちゃんの理想をそのままの美少女にコーディネートしてあげるよ。
Ki-chan, I've made you into your ideal woman.
そしたらさ、私と一緒に街を歩こうよ。
And now, you're going to walk around town with me.
きっと男たちの視線を独り占め。
You'll surely monopolize the eyes of all the men. Can we go back to the horror aspects of this?
それはきっと
Is
と
it
て
the
も気持ちの
whiplash?
いいことだよ。
That would definitely make you feel really good, wouldn't it?
これである一部分を除けば本物の女の子なのにな。
If only you didn't have this big thing dangling between your legs, you'd be a real girl. Saying that, she tried to flip my skirt. Wah! This is definitely not the time. I can't let them see me with this male-centric problem. Crash. Thud. Before I realized it, Rina was caressing my head and rubbing me with her cheek.
もじもじしてるケイチくん、すごく可愛かったよ。
Kakashi-kun, when you were fidgeting like that, you were super cute.
おお、お帰り。
I'm going to take you home. Peering through Rina's vice-like embrace, I saw Mion laying spread eagle on her back. I see. This must be what Satoko and Rika-chan feel like when they become Rina's prey. After that, it took quite some time to calm Rina down from her frenzy.
じゃあね、ケイちゃん。
Later, Ki-chan.
今日は最高に楽しかったわ。
Today was super enjoyable.
覚えてろミオン。
You will rue this day, Mion.
今日の屈辱はきっと10倍にして返す。
This disgrace shall be returned tenfold.
絶対に俺が圧勝してこれ以上にすごい服着せてお持ち帰りしてやる。
I'll achieve an overwhelming victory that condemn you to a public shaming. I should say earlier when I was saying like, oh, bring me back the horror part or whatever, I wasn't necessarily saying that was a bad thing. I genuinely agree that like we don't have those moments without like the, as I was mentioning earlier, like that whiplash feeling from like these moments, right? The whole point why the scary paranoid moments work is because they're contrasted with like you're saying in chat there, the slice of life aspect of it. And while it is goofy as hell reading it, it at least gives you that like the tonal shift that makes this kind of like work. Let me see. I think I read all that. Gahahaha.
おじさんに勝てたらね。
Only if you can beat me.
その機会を楽しみにしてるわ。
I look forward to seeing you try. Mion tossed me my clothes and, looking in as good a mood as I've ever seen her, left. Okay now.
ミオンから解放された今、俺は1分1秒でも早く家に逃げ帰る必要がある。
Now that I've been released by Mion, I can't waste even a second running home.
そうだね。
By the way,
レナはみーちゃんみたいに上手じゃないから、
Mina isn't as good as Mi-chan.
誰か とすれ違ってもフォローしてあげられないからね。
So if we happen to bump into anybody, I won't be able to follow up for you, okay? Soon after that, I went into a full-out dash. I'm pretty sure I was running the 100 meters in about 6 seconds there.
じゃあねケイチくん、
Well then, Kichi-kun.
また明日ね。
See you tomorrow.
おう、また明日な。
Yeah, see you tomorrow. The fact that I didn't bump into anybody I knew was probably divine favor for my constant good behavior. It's been going my way today. Well, except for losing the game in the first place, I guess. At that moment, the front door opened, as if somebody was waiting for me.
Oh, Keiichi.
Oh, it's Ketchi's fucking deadbeat dad. Fuck this guy. You want to talk about the character I have an irrational hate for? For no real good reason. No justified good reason. It's Ketchi's fucking art dad. Oh, Ketchi.
帰ったか。
Oh, Ketchup. So you're home.
お父さんはこれから散歩。
I was just about to go for a walk. I say deadbeat dad, but it looks like the mom doesn't work. True. Well, I have a bias towards that. My mom growing up was always a stay-at-home mom. But just because I had a lot of brothers and sisters, so it kind of worked out. And my dad had a nice enough job to support the whole thing. So when I think of like... So yeah, I know the whole ironic thing of me saying the dad's deadbeat. I should just say something like just the no good dad. Something along those lines. I was just about to go for a walk. I was dumbstruck by how slow my father was to react. A normal person would have realized the peculiar scene before them around. Oh, Ketchi.
父さん。
Dad?
これはほら、いつも話してる部活の罰ゲームなんだよ。
This is, you see, you know that club I'm always talking about? This is one of the penalty games we do there.
今日はたまたま俺が負けちゃって。
It just so happened I lost today. Clearly, Dad does not care. My dad placed his hand on my shoulder. It was an oddly moist and uncomfortably warm hand. That's a weird thing.
Keiichi.
Oh no. I don't like where this is going. Ketchi.
父さんとアトリエでちょっとお話ししような。
Let's have a little talk in my studio.
母さんには内緒でだ。
Keep it a secret from Mom, of course.
やだよ、父さん、話してよ。
No, Dad, let go.
俺、今から見たいテレビが。
There's a show I want to watch right now. Mion, you shall rue this day. What the hell is happening? His artistic flame raging like wildfire. My dad dragged me along. I disappeared into the depths of the studio. Huh? Don't just fade to black like that. Don't just end on that.
いる？
I don't know if I like that. The mom says, Ketchi, are you home?
あら、お風呂だったのね。
Oh, you were in the bath?
それ化粧水よ。
Is that makeup remover?
いや、それより何？
More importantly, what's the matter?
ごめんね。
Sorry,
母さんちょっと頭が痛くて、お夕飯作れそうにないの。
I have a headache and I don't think I can make dinner tonight. Oh, Ketchi's mom's just like me, for real, for real.
だから申し訳ないんだけど、お父さんと一緒に表に食べに行ってくれる？
Wait, was that a Sans-like laugh that I did? Oh boy. I'm terribly sorry, but can you go out to eat with your dad? My mom is a go-get-'em superwoman at work, but it occasionally takes a toll on her health. So this kind of situation is hardly a rarity.
それはいいけど、
That's fine, but
母さんは晩飯はどうするの？
what will you eat?
母さん一人なら適当になんとかするから。
If it's just for myself, I can probably find a way to scrounge something together.
いってらっしゃい。
Take care.
ケイイチ、
Kichi,
車で行くから早くしなさい。
we'll take the car, so hurry up. Dad quickly got the car ready. He must be hungry. He really only moves so energetically when it comes to eat. Or time to eat. Comes time to eat. Sorry to keep you waiting. Also, whenever we see this shot of, like, a car, I always think of, like, Angie and what's-his-face in the car. The guy whose name I can't remember for the life of me. Sorry to keep you waiting.
で、どこに食べに行くの？
So, where are we going to eat? Yeah, we're getting lots of, not, his name wasn't Yakuza, is that what you were saying? But I see what you're saying. Amakusa. Amakusa? The wrong way of saying it? Amakusa? Yeah, this is weird. We're getting a lot of Kechi's dad moments here. Maybe he'll get a Sprite. Sorry to keep you waiting, so where are we going to eat?
お父さんな、この間いいお店見つけたんだよ。そこ行こうか。
I recently found a nice store. Let's go there. My dad usually only complains about things. For him to actually praise something is unexpected. I wonder what kind of place it is that he'd rank it 3 stars. As one who seeks the way to the gourmand, I, Kechi Maibara, am genuinely intrigued. The headlights of the car cut through the early darkness of the Hinamizawan night, carving a straight path towards town. I was pondering where such a gem of a restaurant could be hidden away. It was, shockingly, the family restaurant right by the station.
父さんの言ういい店ってここ？
Dad, that great restaurant you were talking about, was this? The words Angel Mort, were written on a very family restaurant-esque cartoonish logo. It had the air of a girl-oriented all-you-can-eat cake buffet rather than a proper restaurant.
ケイチは入ったことないだろう。
You've never been inside, Kechi? Come to think of it, I hadn't. There's been some times where I've traveled to faraway towns to eat, but returning only as far as Okinomiya Station, there was really no reason to dine out. Home was just a stone's throw away after all. I see. That was the reason I never noticed it before. We stopped the car in the restaurant's parking lot. It seemed like business is booming. There's quite a few cars parked here, but what really amazes me are the license plates. There are a lot of them that can't be from this area. Fukuyama, Nagoya, well, that's fine. Chiba? Saitama? Opening up my mental geography book, I calculated how long it would have taken to get here via the major highways.
ケイチもどうやらこの店の凄みに気づいたようだな。
Kichi, seems you finally realized how amazing this restaurant is.
どういうこと？
What's the meaning of this?
この店に来るためにこんなに遠方から人が来るってこと？
How can so many people travel from so far away just to come to this restaurant? Following my dad, I climbed the steps and entered the building. Wait, is this the same place we were at with fucking... What's his face? I don't know. I'm just going based off the art, but that might be my problem. Oh, Oishi. Yes, that's the guy's name. That's what I was saying. So I was like, oh, this is Oishi. The same place Oishi and him met up when they had their whole thing. Okay, so that's what I was wondering. Alright, the bell attached to the door clattered as we entered, and a waitress soon greeted us. After confirming our party size and whether we wanted a smoking or non-smoking seat, she guided us inside. Oh, this was like the same thing. Okay. Oh, there's the dessert menu. We saw this. Okay. Dad ordered 2 of the daily specials. It seemed that they were ready-made, so there wasn't much of a wait at all until our meals were brought to us. The taste was, no offense to Dad, not so different from your run-of-the-mill family restaurant.
味だけで言えば普通のファミレスに見える。
If you're just talking about the taste, it seems like normal family restaurant fare.
味なんかはどうでもいいんだ、ケイイチ。
Who gives a damn about the taste, Kechi?
なあ、いいだろう。
See? Isn't it great? I see. It just may be that the food here might be nothing more than average. The demographic of the customers was pretty much all young men. What kind of dad would take his son out to a place like this? This is... it may call itself a family restaurant, but there wasn't a single table with a family. And yet, it was packed. The parking lot was filled with cars from all corners of the country. If they didn't come from far and wide to eat this completely mediocre food, then there's only one other reason. Dad flagged down a nearby waitress.
すみません。セットのデザートがまだ来ないんですけど。
Excuse me, dessert that came with the meal still hasn't come yet. The dessert. Oh!
申し訳ございません。
Oh! Sorry, I was caught off guard just very quickly there for a second. So, I was thinking of like a completely different thing, and then I was looking at chat, and then like I not jump scare, but like then I looked at the monitor where I have the game pulled up, and I was like, oh. Oh, I'm so sorry.
日替わり A セットのデザートです。
That voice. There's a dessert that comes with daily combo A.
さっきからずーっと待ってるんですけどね。
I've been waiting for quite a while.
すみません。すぐにお持ちしますので。
Oh, it's... My apologies. I'll bring it right away. The apparently rookie waitress rushed off flustered.
父さん
So the Seven Sisters of Purgatory outfits are based on the Angel Mort outfit? Ah. Interesting. Alright, Kechi says, Dad,
ひょっとしてこの店って
could it be this restaurant is...
いいだろ
Aren't they great?
う。ここのウェイトレスさんの制服。
The waitress's uniforms here, I mean. Also, don't tell your mom about this. Bam.
何をするんだ、ケイイチ。
What are you doing, Kechi?
父さんにも殴られたことないのに。
My own father never hit me.
俺が息子だ
I'm your son.
いいか、ケイイチ。父さんは決して不埒なつもりで来ているんじゃないんだぞ。
Listen, Kechi. I've never come here with impure intentions.
あのグッドでキュートでエキセントリックな衣装から受けるインプレッションを。
Oh, I can't read this. That belle, and étonnante, and eccentric clothing, quoi la fait? More!
芸術的インスピレーションを
It is my artistic muse!
お前に感じさせてやりたかったんだよ。
I wanted you to feel that.
お前だってこういう刺激を求めていたはずだ。
Even you must have yearned for this stimulation. Dude, this dad sees his son in a maid outfit once, and then just goes off the deep end.
そうだろ
Haven't you?
う。でも一人じゃ恥ずかしい。
Coming here alone, though, it's a bit embarrassing.
分かってる。
You understand?
だから父さんが無理やり連れてきたんだ。
That's why I dragged you here.
父さんのせいにしていいんだぞ。
Just blame me.
父さんが泥をかぶったとしても、圭一にはこの気持ちを分かって欲しかったんだ。
Even if you must condemn me, I wanted you to know this feeling, Kechi!
ああ、
Ah,
トイレ行ってくる。
I need to take a leak. What the hell? What is he doing? Bruh. Alright. My father has always had a bad habit of trying to hide his embarrassment using incomprehensible nonsense as a smokescreen. I want to believe that this weirdness won't be genetic. Continuing his one-sided rambling, my father stood up and headed to the washroom. Is this mean that he's gonna... Not even finishing it. With him gone, I was left alone in the booth. Finally, at this time, a feeling of embarrassment welled up inside me. I had nothing to do but go beet red with shame. The waitress from before returned, her eyes alternating between the order slip and the table.
と
Also, we get to, this is the thing where, like, it's a character who gets a sprite. Are they gonna become an important character, or is this just a one-off? That we needed to see what the waitress looks like. Arriving at my seat, she hesitantly tried to say something. A more veteran waitress offered some advice from over her shoulder. Just calm down and say sorry for the wait.
大変お待たせして申し訳ありませんでした。
Terribly sorry for the wait. Oh shit, I hit the button. Right, just like that. Do your best. Whispering that into her ear, the veteran waitress left. The waitress must have just been hired. With an absolute lack of confidence, she moved hesitantly and maybe even somewhat perilously, just watching her put me on edge. I silently watched as she placed the dessert on the table with an inexperienced hand. God, the dad is missing this. Rookie mistake. But it's just as Dad said, what incredible uniforms these are. They were like a bunny girl plus a maid plus some sort of frilly outfit, all in a perfect ratio. Most certainly a rather dubiously charming kind of fashion. In any case, she has in no way appeared to be a proper waitress. Okay. What should I do? I was catching glimpses of too many things. That is, I didn't know where I should look. Just look down. Wearing something like that walking around the restaurant, it's as bad as it can be for digestion. Even though she was wearing the outfit, this particular waitress had no idea what to do either. This flustered state, without a doubt, should be attributed to the amount of bare skin showing rather than being new to the job. Both the waitress and I mutually avoided eye contact. What a platonically embarrassing feeling this is. I'm a customer, you know. It's alright to be more straightforward. How? My nose is starting to bleed. At that moment, our eyes just happened to meet. Oh, this is their meet cute moment. Both of us blinked, doubting who we were looking at. What? This is...
ミオンだよな。
Mion. Is that you? Eh? On top of her hair being let down, she was so far removed from her usual confidence-filled attitude, I didn't realize it was her at all. It was Mion. Why is she here?
お前、なんでこんなとこで働いてるんだよ。
You. Why are you working at a place like this?
おじさんのお店の手伝い。
Is that really Mion? Like, okay, so when she first showed up, I was like, oh, that looks kind of like Mion. But then the voice was completely different to me. So I was like, oh, it's not Mion. But maybe I'm the dumb one. I'm helping out my uncle's store. Come to think of it, I didn't hear her talk about how her relative... I did hear her talk about how relatives have stores in town, and that she sometimes works part-time to help them.
おー、
Oh,
それはご苦労さんなことで。
that must be a lot of work. The nervous feeling I had dissipated in an instant. Knowing that this was Mion, there was no reason to feel that way. Well, actually, my animal instinct tells me that the power balance between Mion and myself has been turned upside down. That's right, I'm a customer. Also, now my dad's looking at Mion. I don't know, man. Something doesn't feel right. This is so there's something something needs to be changed. My position is superior to hers. Chris Hansen's gonna come out and like, would you like to sit down? We need to have a talk. Don't go out the door. Don't go out the door. And they're always gonna just head out the door. Alright. The humiliation from today's penalty game was cutting through the recesses of my mind. There really is a God. For him to grant me this opportunity for revenge. Noticing the flames of vengeance burning in my eyes, Mion took a step back.
しかしこうして見ると結構そういう服も似合ってるじゃねえの。
But, seeing it like this type of clothing suits you very nicely, doesn't it?
恥ずかしいんだからあまり見ないでよ。
It's embarrassing, so don't look so much. I confirmed my preemptive strike was a clean hit. Also, I didn't think it was gonna be... This was Mion, because I would have... Again, quickly when she flashed on the screen, I was like, is that Mion? I would have assumed Mion would have said something to him first. But was she just... She clearly recognized him, so was she just gonna hope that, like... he didn't notice her, or pick up on her, and then just, like, make it like it never happened? Anyway, I confirmed my preemptive strike was a clean hit. There's no mistaking that Mion is currently defenseless. While confirming my attack was successful, I simultaneously lined up the combo.
ミオンって結構胸があるから今にも見えちゃいそうだよな。
Mion, you have... Oh boy. Okay, Mion, you have pretty big breasts. It seems like they're ready to spill out even right now.
お客さんみんな見てるぞきっと。
All the customers are definitely looking at you.
そんなこと言わないでよ。
Don't say that.
恥ずかしがったふりしてもダメだからな。
Don't play coy with me.
ミオンはそういう恥ずかしい衣装で男の目を引いて楽しんでんだろ。
This is definitely the type of game that feels like, by me playing and streaming this, I feel like I'm being put on a list somewhere. I feel like I know that you enjoy drawing all the male attention with that embarrassing getup.
じゃなきゃそんな格好できないもんな。
I mean, if you didn't, there's no way to dress up like that.
私だって好きでこんなしてるわけじゃ。
It's not like I'm doing this because I like to. Is this alright, Kechimybra? Aren't you taking this a little too far? Even if it's payback for the humiliation during the day, isn't this too much? Hey, shut up. Logic. To pay back Mion tenfold is a chance you'll hardly ever get.
こんな恥ずかしい格好してお母さんは悲しんでるぞ。
Wearing this kind of getup, your mother must be disappointed. Whimper.
その見えそうで見えないのが最高だよな。
That part where you can almost just see something is the best. I don't like reading that line.
もっと近う寄れ。
Come closer.
何して。
Eek, please stop.
お客様への奉仕の心がまだまだでおじゃるぞよ。
You still lack the spirit of service towards your customers.
どうかお許しを。
Please forgive me.
あうお持ち帰り。
How I want to take you home.
それは嫌。
No, not that. Entering a version of Rina's cute mode, blood spewing from my nose like a waterfall, I was going until I had no regrets. I was going to complete this verbal humiliation revenge for today's events.
これくらいで今日は許してやろう。
I gotta put my all into these voice lines. These are the types of lines being read that I intentionally don't try to read. Like, there's no way in hell you're catching me reading these voice lines with 100% effort, the way the embarrassment and then the perversionness. Like, I gotta tune it down somewhere. I gotta pick my battles somewhere. Yup, I'll spare you the rest for today. How? It seems that Mion's neural circuits had completely shorted from the embarrassment. I might have teased her a little too much, or so I thought, but such a meek Mion is something you hardly ever see, so this was good for now. Leaving aside what exactly was good,
しかし知らなかったな。
I never knew.
天下御免のミオンがウェイトレスは苦手なんてな。
To think that the high and mighty Mion would have a hard time being a waitress.
違う。
Whimper. That's wrong.
でも意外な一面だよな。
This is such a surprising side of you.
昼間のミオンに見せてやりたいよ。
I want to show this to the Mion from this afternoon.
ていうかレナたちにも見せてやりたいな。
Actually, I want to show Rina and the others.
レナなんかきっと狂乱して喜ぶぞ。
Rina will definitely flip out with joy. Meanwhile, his fucking dad is in the bathroom doing I don't even know. Like, this is
あいつこの店で働きたいとか言い出すんじゃないかな。
Do you think she'll say she wants to work here?
違うんです。
That's wrong.
俺もミオンにこんな可愛い服装が似合うなんて夢にも思わなかったぜ。
I can never imagine in my wildest dreams that such a cute outfit would suit you, Mion.
だから違うんです。
I'm saying that's wrong. While turning bright red, Mion finally spit out the words that were lodged in her throat.
違うって何がだよ。
What do you mean, that's wrong?
私
I'm...
ミオンじゃないんです。
Oh my... Not Mion. What? I was taken aback at Mion's confusing words.
ミオンじゃないって。じゃあお前は誰だよ。
If you're not Mion, then who are you?
園崎ミオンだろ。
You're Mion Sonozaki, right?
ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry.
言いそびれちゃってたんですけど、
I should have said this earlier, but...
私園崎シオンなんです。
Oh, of course. It's not Mion Sonozaki, it's the evil twin Shion Sonozaki. Oh, of course.
姉がミオンなんですよ。
That was a double reverse, Uno reverse card play going on. I didn't think it was Mion, and then I thought it was Mion because the game made me think it was, and then it's not Mion. Ah, brilliant move. Mion is my older... Wait, Mion's the older sister. That does not... that does not put her... What? That's not a good range. it's even worse than we thought. No! My eyes unconsciously widened with surprise from this brazenly crazy talk. She's gonna slap his ass with a harassment lawsuit or something. There's something. Oh god. Mion, probably thinking that there was no way such a far-fetched excuse would work, turned bright red while fidgeting nervously.
シオン
Shion?
園崎シオン
Shion Sonozaki? Also, Shion. I think of Kingdom Hearts Shion. Shion. So I can pronounce Shion correctly. Simple. Well, what? Mion's supposed to be like, what, 16 or something? So, I thought I would have guessed, like, Mion was like 16. I don't know if the game ever said exactly, but like...
はい。
Yes.
よくお姉に間違われるんです。
I'm often mistaken for my sister.
でも俺に会った時初対面とは思えない反応を示したよな。
Mion's 14? Oh boy. Oh boy. But when we met, you had the kind of response that you wouldn't make if we were meeting for the first time.
それはいつもお姉が話してる人だから知ってたわけで。
That's because my sister is always talking about you, so I knew who you were. A little bit of a cringeworthy excuse, that is. But when I looked at Mion's eyes, which begged me to believe her, the urge to tease completely subsided. To us, Mion had to be a leader who is normally overflowing with confidence, a guiding force. I'm ready to leave this diner, or whatever this place is. I'm ready to pack it up, bring your dad, get out of here. If I were to lash out at that Mion, I would have ruined something I shouldn't have. That was something I would never wish for. So I understand. This foolishness here is something very different from the everyday Mion. That's why she's Shion.
そっか。
I see.
だったら悪かったな。
In that case, I'm sorry.
いえ、分かってくれればいいんです。
Oh no, as long as you understand. Wait, so let me get this straight. Let me get this bit here straight. Beg me to believe her, the urge to tease to us, Mion had that normally overflowing with confidence, a guiding force. If I were to lash out at Mion, I'd have ruined something I shouldn't have. That was something I would never wish her. So I understand this foolishness here is something very different from the everyday Mion. That's why she's Shion. In quotes. So is he... Am I understanding this correctly, that even when she says, I'm not Mion, I'm Mion's sister, Kechi does not 100% believe this person? Is for her sake, for who he thinks Mion's sake, being like, oh, you're a different person, you're Shion, but like with a wink wink nod nod thing, like, no, you're just lying to me. Kechi, what the he's bizarre boy. Oh no, as long as you understand.
お姉も敵の多い人ですから。
My sister has a lot of enemies, you see. Well now, she's self-aware of that fact now, is she? As I unintentionally laughed aloud, Mion, no, Shion, laughed with me.
シオンはこういう仕事初めてなのか？
Shion, is this your first time being a waitress?
慣れてなさそうだったからさ。
It doesn't seem like you're used to it.
実は今日がケイちゃんが初めてのお客さんなの。
Actually, today is, Ki-chan is my first customer. Just like how Mion has Shion, I should have like a duplicate that comes on stream sometimes. I could have like a what's it called? A different personality. I could have a alter ego. That's the word I'm looking for, an alter ego. You know, just call him Baustin. It's Austin and Baustin, just to keep it simple. bubmanXIV. A little flustered after saying that, she quickly asked if it was okay for her to refer to me the same way her sister did. Seeing that blatant quirk was so cute, I couldn't stop laughing.
おじさんの店でバイトしてるってのは前に聞いてたからさ。
No, awesome would make it too confusing. That would drive me up the wall. Kechi says, so, you said you've worked part-time at your uncle's store before?
もっと手慣れてるものだと思ってたぜ。
I would have thought you would have been more used to it.
お店持ってる親類って他にもいるの。
Oh, I have some other relatives that run shops.
だからこのお店のおじさんの手伝いをするのは初めてで。
That's why this is the first time I'm helping the uncle that owns this place. I see. Makes sense. Anybody who would be tentative doing a job there they weren't used to. Anybody would be tentative doing a job they weren't used to.
ミオンはこの店手伝いに来ないのか？
Does Mion ever help out at the store?
お姉ってほら、
Oh, my sister is, you see,
こういう可愛いの苦手なんで。
she's not good with these cutesy things. I know what she's trying to say.
そうだな。
That's right.
ミオンってかっこいい系の方が似合うやつだもんな。
Mion is more suited for cool things.
だからこの店の手伝いはシオンちゃんが来て正解だったと思うぜ。
So I think having you help out here was the right choice. Huh? Shion asked, probably thinking she misheard me.
その制服、ミオンなんかには絶対に似合わないと思うけど、
That uniform, it would never suit somebody like Mion.
シオンちゃんにはよく似合ってると思うしさ。
But for Shion, I think it works.
それって
Huh? You mean that, Shion, like Rena often does, spaced out and turned bright red.
どういう意味なのかな。
What does that mean, exactly? At least for this moment, it felt like this Shion character actually existed. Because there was no way that the Mion I knew had this side to her. At that moment, we realized that the more veteran waitress was waving at us from across the room.
園崎さん R 入っちゃっていいですよ。
Yeah, meanwhile, she's just having this conversation with Kechi, like, hey, we have other customers! Sonozaki-san, you can take a break now.
Hi!
Oh, okay. Mion finally returned to her senses. Seemed as if it was time for her to take a break.
じゃあ私はこれで噂のケイちゃんと話せて楽しかったです。
Well then, I'll take my leave. It was fun talking to the infamous Ki-chan.
ミオンと勘違いしていじめて悪かったな。
Sorry for mistaking you for Mion and teasing you.
ミオンには改めて復讐すると伝えておいてくれ。
Please tell Mion that I will have my revenge one day.
メイドの格好させられて表を歩かせられたんですよね。
The dad's been gone for a distressing amount of time. That's that thing where you were forced to dress as a maid and walk around outside, right? That devilish laugh and smile. It was exactly the same as the one I knew.
そうだ。
That's right.
たっぷり書かされた恥はきっとお返しすると伝えておいてくれ。
Tell her that I will return the favor for the total humiliation I suffered.
で、
But
それより私、今日いじめられたこと、お姉にチクりますから。
more importantly, I'm going to complain to my sister about the teasing I had to endure today.
お姉に部活で敵を取られちゃってくださいね。
My sister will have my revenge during your club activities.
上等だぜ。返り討ちにしてやろ
Oh
う。
wait. Bring it on. I'll get her before she gets me. I fucked up the laugh. Mion laughed with a warm smile devoid of any remaining nervousness and disappeared into the back. Alright, so Kechi has to see both Mion and Shion in the same room to fully believe that they're two different people. I felt like I had a very valuable experience today. Dude, what if this, like, double parent trap, like, situation, like, rears its head? It's part of the mystery for, like, later on in this chapter. Everybody take notes. Everyone who doesn't know the outcome of the story, take notes with me. This is going to be important. This is going to come back. This is going to come back to, I swear. I felt like I had a very valuable experience today. That's right. For now, I know that High and Mighty Mion had a weak point to panic and get embarrassed about. How much longer will I be streaming? It's kind of hard. Those are always, like, really tough kind of questions to answer. Like, I'm not trying to be, like, an asshole and not give, like, an answer. Because it's kind of, like, it's kind of just a vibes thing. I know that's a terrible answer, but it's really just, like, I don't have, like, a set time. It's kind of just when I feel like it feels right to kind of end. And I know that's not the best answer if you're planning your own time around. So fast and loose time, maybe like another at least 2.5 hours, but probably a little longer. Apologies. It's just a hard question to answer. I think I read this line. But, of all things, for her to say she has a twin sister, I thought that maybe I should ask Rina tomorrow if she really has a sister. Oh no, this is gonna be just like asking about the person who was dismembered. It's gonna be like, hey, hey, does Mion have a sister? And they're like, don't talk about the sister. I thought that maybe I should ask Rina tomorrow if she really has a sister. But maybe it's better that I didn't ask. It's a bit mean-spirited. I've decided that the person I met here today was Shion, the younger twin sister. So, I'll refrain from doing anything that would deny that. It's not that we actually made a promise or anything, but that little exchange gave birth to a new rule between me and Mion. Somebody tapped me on the shoulder. It was my dad. He's finally back from the restroom. That was a long trip to the washroom. He probably came up with a new idea for an art piece when he was sitting on the can. Yeah, that's what he was doing.
Keiichi, そろそろいいか?
Keiichi, are you about ready?
帰ろう.
Let's go home. Settling the bill, my father had his customer card stamped. It was pretty much filled. Damn, Dad, you're quite the regular customer.
さっきの新米ウェイトレスさんはケイイチの知り合いか?
Was that new waitress just now somebody you know, Kechi?
なんだ、物陰から見てたのかよ。
Oh, so you're watching from the shadows. Dad has the oddest sense of tact sometimes.
学校の子かい?
Somebody from school?
ひなみ沢の?
From Hinamizawa?
うん。俺の友達のミオンってやつの妹なんだよ。
Yeah, she's the little sister of my friend Mion.
学校はひなみ沢じゃなくて、町野に通ってるみたいだね。
Her school isn't in Hinamizawa, so she must go to one in town.
学校じゃ会ったことないから。
I've never seen her at my school.
へえ、ひなみ沢の子ってみんな圭一と同じ学校に通ってるわけじゃないのか。
So not all the kids in Hinamizawa go to the same school.
半分くらいらしいよ。
Only about half.
半分の生徒は町の学校まではるばる自転車で登校してるんだってさ。
The other half go all the way into town on their bikes. In this way, the feeling that I was really talking to Shion came to me. What should I say to Mion tomorrow? I met your little sister? Something like that? Even with Mion being like that, us having a secret between the two of us made me both a little happy and a little embarrassed. I'm a little confused. I mean, just in that, like, what? Ooh, I know her dirty little secret. She has a sister. How embarrassing. Must be like a cultural thing, you know? I don't know. Oh, that achievement's called Double the Fun. Great. Alright, to the Gregorian chanting. Sorry, you have to indulge me when I do that.
ミオンさんの家族？
Huh? Mion-san's family?
ああ、もっと平たく言えば、あいつに兄弟とかいないのかなって思ってさ。
Yeah, more broadly, I was just wondering if she had any brothers or anything. I was actually wondering whether her young twin sister named Shion really existed. And my curiosity got the better of me, so I quietly asked Satoko about it.
どうなんでございましょうね。
I wonder.
いるやらいないやら。
She might not. She wasn't being very clear about it. Had Satoko never gone over to Mion's house to play?
その反応からすると、会ったことがないみたいだな。
From your reaction, I guess you've never met any.
ええ、おばあさん以外にはありませんですわ。
Yes, I've never seen any of her relatives except for her grandmother. As far as I could tell, there are already dark clouds over the Shion is real theory.
そういうのは理科が詳しいですわよ。理科に聞いてごらんなさいですわ。
Rika would know more than I. You would do well to ask her. Satoko waved to Rika-chan, who was basking in the sunlight.
理科、ミオンさんのご家族のことをご存知ですの？
Rika, do you know anything about Mion-san's family? Rika-chan was surprised at the sudden question.
ミーには家族や親戚がいっぱいいますですから、全部はなかなかわからないのですよ。
Mia has a big family, so I don't really know everything about them.
そんなにたくさんいるのか。
That many.
例えばさ、
Huh? For example,
園崎シオンってやつはいるのか？
is there someone named Shion Sonosaki?
その
Just very
聞き間
out
違い
and
かもし
blunt
れないか
about it.
ら、ひょっとすると実在しないかもしれないんだけど。
Well, I might have heard wrong, so she might not actually exist, but...
C ですか？ C はいますですよ。
You mean she? Shion exists? Huh? That was unexpected. So she was real?
よく似た名前ですのね。
Their names are quite similar, you know.
間違えて舌を噛んじゃいそうですわ。
I could get tongue-tied trying to tell the difference.
ミーの双子の妹さんだと聞いたことがありますですが、あまり会ったことはないのです。
I've heard she's Mi's younger twin sister, but I haven't met her too many times. Rika-chan knew a bit about her as well, but hadn't seen her much.
何年か前に法事の集まりがあった時に会ったような気がしますですよ。
I think I met her once at a funeral a few years ago.
このクラスにいないってことは、学校は沖宮の方に通っているってわけかな。
She's not in this class, so maybe she goes to school in Okinawa, or Okinomiya. Really butchered that.
お家も沖宮なのかもしれませんわよ。だってミョンさん自身家族とは別でおばあさんと暮らしてるわけですから。
She may live there too. Mion-san herself lives apart from her family with her grandmother after all. She didn't live with her parents. That was a bit odd. Was there something between them?
とてもややこしいお家なのです。
It's a very complicated family.
親類の数が多いらしいですから、きっといろいろと都合があるに違いないのですわ。
She seems to have many relatives. There are doubtless many different circumstances. For now, I learned that she had a younger twin sister named Shion, but her family structure, including her own position, still seemed very mysterious.
お、3人揃って何の話だい？おじさんも混ぜてよ。
Oh, what are you three talking? What are the three of you talking about? Let this old man in on it.
ミオンさんいいところへ。ミオンさんに双子の妹さんがいるってのは本当でございますの？
Oh, Mion-san, you come at a good time. Might it be true that you have a younger twin sister? Ah, Mion. Crap.
妹？
A younger sister?
いるよ。
Well, yeah, I do. Mion grew uncharacteristically red in the face, at a loss. I think she's looking at me.
あら、それは知らなかったですわ。
Oh my, I had no idea.
どんな方なのかしら。
What kind of person might she be?
ぜひ一度お顔を見てみたいですわね。
I'd very much like to meet her sometime.
会わない方がいいよ。全然可愛くないし。
You shouldn't bother. She's not cute at all.
生意気だし。
She's really conceited.
たまに電話で話すくらいで、私もしばらく会ってないし。
Besides, other than talking to her on the phone once in a while, I haven't seen her for a long time either. Why did it look like she was in such a panic? It's like she was declaring that the Shion from yesterday was actually a fake. Anyway, this was pretty funny, so I let it go for a little while longer. Another Mion, under the name of Shion. Will I be able to see her if I go to that restaurant again? A perfect excuse to go back to the restaurant. Dad, let's go! I had a mysterious feeling, as if I'd made a new friend, despite knowing that she and Mion were the same person. Dad, grab your keys! An introduction to Angel Mort. Mort. Reprinted from the Victorious War Photographer's Guide April issue, Complete Conquest Analysis, Family Restaurant Chapter. Now, at last, we came to the blazing hot third day. To Angel Mort, a super famous restaurant and the envy of all enthusiasts, despite being located in the remote Shishibone city of XX Prefecture. Why exactly do the most famous stores avoid the centers of human habitation? It can only be because it is a trial given to us by the god of war photography. It's famous locally for having the best desserts in town, but that matters not to us. If you want expensive desserts, then you can go to a censored place or something. Okay. We aim not for sweet treats, but for sweet uniforms. The fragrant aroma of sweet wafts from those obligatory waitress uniforms, creating no less than a perfect torture device. How can their bashful flirtation be on par with all the other restaurants with cute uniforms all across the country? War photography hunter. Away! The smoking areas are the real superpositions. Question mark. Aim for your chance at them with the tenacity of an octopus. Ryu. Yesterday, I failed to get seating. Today, I will aim for the ultimate golden seat. The corner box in the smoking area. Otaku are overwhelmingly non-smokers, so I'll procure a spot in the smoking area and set up camp there. As expected, Ryu, the hunter. He's saying his victory was decided the moment he chose a seat. In actuality, Ryu used the same tactic during the grand opening of Akihabara's something, and succeeded in getting the best seats in the house. Back then, he also went early in the afternoon, just after the lunch rush. And not only did he find his target seat empty, he also obtained it with ease. By utilizing tricks such as ordering a little at a time, he effectively increased the number of opportunities for engagement, carefully scoping out his chance for a picture. Oh boy. But, as if cursed by that, from the day before, the god of war photography did not smile upon him. After suffering successive firm defeats until 3 p.m., he finds no chances coming his way. And after 4 p.m., a man began to take his orders. It looks as though he has been seen through. It is the rule of a hunter to withdraw with grace once marked. Ryu says, my aim was perfect, but the fork technique I used at 2:30 seemed to have backfired. Maybe they were weary, since I sat in a booth and left my bag on the floor. Perhaps the hidden camera in a bag trick is already old hat. If there were 2-digit EGs involved for sticking here half the day, I'd have a high encounter rate. I'm mortified. Even so, he still got a few pieces of gold. As to be expected from the hunter. He attained this nice angle, despite lamenting his failure. He is an artisan. More surprisingly though, is that this uniform conquest across Japan has yielded not a single arrested person. What an amazing start for the hunter who brags about having been to approximately half of the total prefecture police stations in the country. That thing the day before. The day before, our hunter took on the Shrine Maiden cuisine, XX in Nagoya. His hunter spirit showed through too zealously, and as soon as he entered the store, he was seen through, placed in a booth, and waited on by the head priest. Despite waiting half a day, the much-anticipated Shrine Maidens appeared only at the time of his first order. A seriously huge blunder for a hunter. Now then, here we have the giveaway of the hunter's original photographs that always receive such high praise. We'll present one passionate reader with 3 all-you-can-eat, low-angle pictures of the Angel Mort uniforms chosen by the hunter himself. The hell am I reading? With such blazing hot pictures, you too can become a war photographer today. Wonderful. Where can I enter? Alright, we're going to continue. I'm going to take a short little BRB. Just have this music playing. Maybe about 5 minutes. I would say stretch your legs. Drink some water or something. I'll be back shortly. I'll do the same. And I will continue reading when I'm back. Shortly. back. Alright, class, I'm back. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, I'm coming back. Settle down, get back to your seats. So, during that like 5 minutes I was gone, I think by transitive property, I was saying Mion was my favorite. I think it co-favorites now. Mion and Shion, co-favorite characters, even though we barely know anything about Shion. No? How dare you disrespect your teacher like that? Back to your seats. I will not hear anything else. I have more reading to do to you. So be respectful. No, smiley face.
いいですか皆さん。
Chie. Chie? Is this our first time getting her name? Or was it popped up before and I just never realized? Totally something I would, totally miss. It was there before? Fuck. I'm never beating the unobservant, allegations. Well. It's the first time I'm seeing her name. I could have sworn it used to just say teacher or something. I could have sworn it just said teacher before. Can you go to the toilet? No. You had your 5 minutes. You had your chance. That was exactly what the BRB was for. And I don't give out bathroom passes. So, tough. So, Chie, the newly named teacher, Chie, first time we're seeing her name, Chie. Listen up, everybody.
お料理は真剣にやらないと思わぬ怪我をします。
If you don't take cooking seriously, somebody's going to get hurt.
これも授業ですから、ふざけないでしっかりやってくださいね。
This is part of your education as well, so don't fool around and do it seriously. A lazy, yeah, wafted through the class in response. Half of the school day today was going to be home economics class. Are they outside? Is this like one of those cool teachers that take you outside to do something? The plan was for everybody to make curry rice and give it to the forest rangers who let this building be rented out as a school. I never took home ec during, like, home economics in class. Or in school when I was young. I had the chance to. They offered it at some point. And I think I was too busy taking, like, video production stuff. I'll always fondly look back at, like, my high school. How, like, by the time I was, like, senior year of high school, I was, like, more than half my day. I was just in, like, the video editing, like, bay, like, room, for, like, 5/7 of my day. It's absurd. Did I read this? If everybody were making curry in the same pot, it would have been more of a party-like atmosphere, but this was school after all. Excluding the youngest students, each one of us would make our own curry, with the results being judged.
いいですか?
Alright, everybody.
今でこそカレーライスは手軽で簡単で誰にでも作れるメニューということになっていますが、カレーは本来インドを発祥とする古式ゆかしいちゃんとしたお料理です。
It may be that nowadays curry is an easy meal anybody can make, but it has its roots in traditional Indian cuisine. Chat. Video production, so you are a professional at this? Wait, professional at streaming? Yeah, can't you tell just how high quality these are? And just how much effort comes through the screen? And just, like, you can clearly see that, like, the years and years I spent taking video related classes just shines through the stream constantly. I'm glad someone sees it. I'm glad someone sees the recognition. Someone sees all the effort, all the years I put into this. To make this 100%, 110% effort stream. The one thing I will never accept the word content creator. Do not call me a content creator. I will backhand you so swiftly. Do not ever call me a content creator. I hate that. Because A, it's not true, and B, that term sucks ass. It may be nowadays curry is an easy meal anybody can make, but it has its own roots in traditional Indian cuisine.
日本式にアレンジされたとはいえ、そこには古代インドの英知と文化が込められています。
Even though we've altered it a bit in the Japanese style, it is still instilled with the knowledge and culture of ancient India.
夢そのことをおろそかにしないように。
Absolutely do not neglect that fact. It's like they're on
真
Iron
剣にや
Chef.
らない人は先生が本気で怒りますから、そのつもりで。
God, look at that face. She's so serious about this. I'll have words with anybody who doesn't take this seriously, so be prepared for that. I'm afraid. That seemed like a needlessly passionate sermon on curry. Well, whatever.
知恵先生はカレーに命かけてるって噂でしたよ。
It's rumored that Chie Sensei... Chie Sensei has devoted her life to curry.
採点はきっと厳しいですわよ。
She'll probably be a pretty strict judge.
家庭科の点数なんか赤点でさえなければ適当でいいんだよ、適当で。
If anything, I'm an anti-influencer. I don't think I've influenced one person one way or the other on anything. If anything, I've anti-influenced. As long as you're not failing, your grade in home ec doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter at all.
適当なんて言わない方がいいよ。
I wouldn't say that if I were you.
先生、カレーに関しては鬼だから。
The teacher's a tyrant when it comes to curry.
なんだよ、そのカレーの鬼って。
What the heck does that even mean? A curry tyrant?
初耳だぞ。
Never heard of that before.
普段は温厚ないい先生なんだけどね。
You see, our normally mild-mannered teacher,
どういうわけかカレーにだけはうるさいんだよ。
for some unfathomable reason, is a stickler for curry.
品質的なくらいに。
Unyieldingly so.
うん。
Yeah,
秘伝のカレーを研究するためにって言って毎年インドに旅行に行ってるって言ってたもんね。
it's said that every year she goes on a journey to India to research mythical curry.
風の噂ですとご飯は3食カレーライスでたまに他のものを食べる時でも必ずカレー味というこだわりぶりらしいですの。
This is just a rumor, but it seems that she eats curry rice 3 meals a day, and if she occasionally has something else, it always has to be curry flavored.
それ変質的というより変態的だぞ。
That's not unyielding, that's unnatural.
何か悪い宗教にでも入ってるんじゃないのか？
Is she part of an evil cult or something?
だいたいカレーなんてジャンクフードの筆頭じゃねえかよ。3食カレーなんて栄養的にも偏って。
Besides, doesn't curry top the list when it comes to junk food? Curry 3 times a day is just weird nutritionally speaking, and... Thunk, thunk, thunk. Embedded into the table right by my fingertips, a chef's knife, ladle, and spatula hummed gently as they still quivered. Alright, sounds good. Enjoy the rest of your night. The teacher, while still mixing her own pot, was looking this way, smiling.
ケイちゃん、シ
Ki-chan! Shh!
ー、それ以上言ったら埋葬される。
If you say any more, you'll be sleeping with the fishes. Saying even a little bit more would make my situation a lot more dire.
へいへい。
Yeah, yeah.
しっかり真面目にカレーを作ればいいわけだろ。
Just be serious and make your curry properly and everything's good, alright?
でも今日はそう簡単にはいかないのです。
I don't think it's going to be that easy today.
あのね、みーちゃんが。
Look, Mi-chan is... It's written all over her face. If the playing field is even and we're being judged, there's no way this won't turn into a competition.
わかってるねみんな。
Looks like we're all on the same page.
より勝負だ。
It's a cooking contest! I knew it. There's no way Mion would leave such an enticing event alone.
勝敗はどうするでございますの？
How shall we determine the victor?
先生の採点で決めますの？
By how the teacher judges it? As if saying, but wait, there's more, the teacher reappeared with the principal in tow.
今日は営林署の皆さんへの感謝のイベントですから、先生だけでなく採点はみんなで行いますよ。
The purpose of today's event is to show appreciation for the people at the forestry service, so they'll be judging the results with me.
わしと先生と、それから営林署の方5人で採点する。
Yup, your teacher and I, as well as 5 people from the forestry service who'll be judging your cooking.
各自健闘を祈るぞ。
Good luck to everyone. Even the principal? Looking around, it seemed like the interest of everybody in the class had been piqued.
そういうわけ。
So that's what's happening.
のんびりしたカレーパーティーなんかには終わらせないよ。
This isn't going to be just some casual curry cook-off.
レナ、カレーは得意だよ。
Rina is good at making curry.
今日は負けないよ。
I'm not going to lose today.
私の学年は班で作りますから、リカと一緒なのですわよ。
My grade is cooking in a group, so I'm together with Rika.
汚ね
That's unfair.
え。リカちゃんは確かかなりの料理上手じゃ。
I'm pretty sure that Rika is good at cooking.
僕のカレーで美味しくって体がどうにかなっちゃうのです。
My curry is so tasty it'll send shivers down your spine. What about Mion? She doesn't seem like she's too good at cooking. Her type has always been bad at this kind of thing. But Mion continued to look unconcerned.
ケイちゃんが今思ってることを当ててあげるよ。
I'll tell you what Ki-chan is thinking right now.
ミオンはきっと料理が下手に違いない。
Mion is definitely
でしょ
bad at Mion is definitely bad at cooking. Am I right? I don't like the way she said that. Couldn't be. Mion couldn't possibly. At that moment, the teacher's whistle sounded.
では皆さん、いいですか？
Alright, everybody. Are you ready?
刃物には十分に気をつけてくださいね。
Be very careful with the knives.
始め！
Start! The call to arms had sounded. We had to use an outdoor kit to cook the rice, but it wasn't that difficult for a camping veteran like me. Put the rice into the canister, push your palm to the bottom, and fill with water to just above the wrist.
本当にそんな水加減でいいんですの？
Are you alright with only that much water?
もっと入れないといけないそうですの？
If you don't put in more, it could be bad. You filthy liar. If I put in any more, it'll just be left with some half-cooked porridge.
さとこ、それが罠のつもりなら残念だったな。
Satoko, that's meant to be a trick. It won't work.
俺は慣れてるぞ、飯盒炊飯は。
I'm used to cooking rice with these utensils.
はじめちょろちょろ中パッパ。
First, it starts to bubble. Then, the steam starts to puff.
赤子泣いても蓋取るな。
And don't take off the lid no matter what.
ケイチくんすごいね。
Ketchikun, you're amazing!
ちょっと意外。
This is a little unexpected.
サマーキャンプで習ったのかな？
Did you learn this at summer camp?
親父がデイキャンプが好きでさ。
My dad really likes to go camping, see?
夏場なんかにはよく家族で出かけるんだよ。
Whenever summer comes around, our family goes a lot.
ってことは全員ご飯の炊き方は問題なし。
So this means everybody's good at cooking the rice.
つまり勝負の分かれ目はカレーの方ってことになるね。
In other words, a critical part of this challenge will be the curry. Huh!
カレーこそリカの独壇場ですのよ。
Curry is Rika's specialty.
皆さんなんかコテンパンですわ。
We'll cream you all.
理科のってとこが泣けるぞ。
You lost me at Rika's.
お前も何か料理を手伝えよ。
Why don't you help with the cooking too?
ひょっとするとさとこちゃんは何もお手伝いをしないのが一番のお手伝いなのかもね。
Maybe Satoko-chan is helping the most by doing nothing at all. Got her. Eep.
勝負は勝てば官軍でございますわよ。
The ends justify the means. I just have to win. That was a pretty malicious comment for Rina. And Satoko took a hook, line, and sinker. Rina could only apologize between fits of laughter while Satoko chased her around.
じゃあ早速カレーの方に行こうかね。
Well now, shall we move on to the curry?
ここからが勝負どころだよ。
For now, the battle truly begins. After rinsing off the carrots, potatoes, and other standard vegetables, I grasped a knife. Gulp.
今日のカレーはどんな味？
What will today's curry taste like? As Rina hummed along, her very well-practiced hands wielded her knife. The rhythmical sounds of the knife hitting the cutting board harkened to kind images of days long past. Simply put, it was perfect. It was so calm and practiced, I seriously don't stand a chance. I looked over at Satoko and Rika-chan. Satoko was in charge of washing the vegetables, while Rika-chan was in Rika-chan was in charge of peeling them. That's what I heard being discussed, but Rika-chan's knife skills are something else as well. She was happily rotating the potatoes and peeling it quite quickly. On top of that, the peels span the entire potato. What was this called again? Katsuramuki? I've heard that peeling a vegetable in one loop around like that is highly regarded technique. She picked up the peel from the sink and carved a pair of eyes into it with her knife.
ヘビさんなのですよ。ガオー。
It's a snake. Roar! Saying that, she placed the longly peeled potato skin on top of the head of a boy from her group. She wasn't even breaking a sweat. When it comes to Rika-chan and cooking, couldn't even hold a candle to her. But, roar? Do snakes make that sound? Yeah, they do. Alright then, how's Mion doing? She's definitely just fumbling along. There's no way she can peel potatoes so effortlessly like that. Absolutely no way.
そんなわけあるか。
This can't be!
絶対嘘だ。
You've got to be kidding me.
トリックだ。SFX だ。
This is a trick. She's using special effects.
ワイヤーとか使ってるに違いない。
Where's the wire? She's definitely using a wire.
ほれビローン
Here, take a look-see. As if she had already won, Mion proudly showed me the elongated potato skin.
ケイチは知らないですか？
You didn't know, Kechi?
ミーはおばあちゃんにお料理とかも教えてもらってるですよ。
Miu was taught how to cook by her grandma.
料理だけじゃないよ。
Not just cooking.
裁縫からお花におこと重機から無線機ヘリの操縦まで何でもできるんだからね。
From sewing to flower arrangement to playing the koto, from marksmanship to radio operation, even helicopter piloting is but one of the myriad things she can do. God damn, she's a Mary too. She's so good. Strangely enough, the latter items were more realistic. It was the first few items on the list that seemed like a lie.
本当はすっごくお料理上手なんだよ。
She's actually really good at cooking.
面倒くさがって全然作らないけどね。
It's just such a hassle that she never does it though. Damn it. I'm also really good at cooking, especially Chinese
ケ
food.
イチ、お湯を沸かして注ぐのは料理に入りませんです。
Kechi, boiling something and pouring into a bowl doesn't count as cooking. Shot down before I could even say it. Oh, ho, 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 ho.
ざまあないですわね。
Too bad for you.
今日はケイチさんの一人負け確定ですわよ。
Today, Kechi-san shall be assuredly languishing in defeat all alone. Clink.
てめえだって料理できないだろが。
Tough words from somebody who can't even cook by herself. Hey, you show that little girl. Wah.
リカ
Rika!
かわいそうかわいそうです。
There, there.
僕がケイチをコテンパンにしてあげますです。
I'll destroy Kechi for you. Gah, this does not look good. Everybody's smirking at me. Don't raise the white flag yet, Kechi Maibara. Don't throw away this match. Calm down and think. Not about how to peel these potatoes well, but about how to win this challenge. Slip the teacher some money. Pay the judges off. There's too many people watching.
他の流しで仕事するから。
I'm going to work at another sink. Saying only that, I gathered up all the vegetables and left the spot behind.
ケイチくん大丈夫かな？
Will Kechi-kun be alright?
包丁で指とか切らないか心配。
I'm worried he might cut himself with his knife. No, what he needs to do is just order it from somewhere.
ケイちゃんのお手並み拝見だね。
He needs to have the best curry in town from whatever place, like DoorDash to him. He needs to have, and then just put it in some bowls or whatever. Let's see what Gichan's doing. No matter how hard I try peeling these, if I slip up at this speed, I'll lop my fingers right off. Then, there's only one thing left to do.
富田君、岡村君。
Oh, these boys. Tomotsu-kun. Akamura-kun.
お、君たちは4人でグループか。
Oh, you guys were in a group of 4, huh? It was the 2 underclassmen that had become my sworn brothers ever since the event at the toy store last Sunday. They had been paired with 2 girls for their group.
はい
Yep,
女子2人が料理とか得意なんで
both the girls are pretty good at cooking.
俺らは遊んでるだけで OK です
So both of us can just mess around and we'll be okay. Both of them pointed at the girls. They're not as good as Rina, but they're both good enough at handling a knife.
単刀直入に言おう
I'll get straight to the point.
このままでは部活に負ける
At this rate, I'm going to lose this contest.
君たちの班が向いた野菜をくれ
Give me the vegetables your group has peeled already.
前原さんそれほとんど恐喝です
Maibara-san, that's pretty much theft.
でもまあ話によっては
But depending on what's in it for us.
交渉次第なら OK ってことですよ
In other words, depends on the terms of negotiation.
たくましい奴らだなまあ当然だ
Quite bold of you guys. Well, that's to be expected.
ではこうしよ
Then let's do this.
う俺が勝てたらサトコ&リカちゃんグループのカレーを食わせてやるこれならどうだ
If I win, I'll let you eat the curry that Satoko and Rika-chan's group makes. How about that?
どうしようかな
I don't know about that. Both of them were hesitant after such a weighty proposal. Just one more little push seems in order. Very well then, let's make them an offer they can't refuse. I pull both of them close by the shoulders and make my offer in a hushed tone.
もちろんサトコとリカちゃんの食べかけをだ
Of course, that includes the part that Satoko and Rika-chan have already eaten some of.
スプーンもつける
I'll even throw in the spoons. Why? Splooge. Red mist spouted vigorously from the noses of the 2 underclassmen. I love sharing the spittle of my classmates. That's enticing.
ケイチさんも結構やりますのね
Kechi-san is also pretty good at this.
綺麗なじゃがいもですこと
Those are some very nice potatoes. Having brilliantly cleared the vegetable peeling challenge, I return to my comrades in triumph.
へえすごいねすごいね
Whoa, amazing, amazing.
ケイチくんの皮むき上手だよ
Kechi-kun's peeling is really good.
違うね
That's not quite right.
ケイちゃんが剥いたのはじゃがいもじゃなく牙でしょ
What Keichin has bared isn't a potato, but his fangs.
あ
Yeah,
あ俺はとっくに本気だぞ
I'm super serious about this.
てめえらまとめてぶっ潰してやるぜ
I'll crush you all. Having finished with preparing the vegetables, next is to boil a pot of water, then add the vegetables in order of which takes longest to cook. I've learned this part from my mother when we went camping. But just cooking in order probably won't garner a lot of points. Look over at Rina. She had a variety of vegetables cooking together in a delicate balance. She wasn't being ambitious or calculating a way to win the game. She was making delicious food with a mother's touch. I have a feeling that I could somehow compete with Mion in terms of technique, but I would be no match for Rina. She was way out of my league.
うちのお母さんのカレーはねいっつも具だくさんだったんだよ
When my mother makes curry, you see, she always uses lots of ingredients.
だからレナのカレーも具だくさんなの
That's why Rina's curry uses a lot of ingredients as well.
本当は一晩かけてじっくり煮たいんだけどねふう
I really wanted to take all night and stew it nice and slow. Stew it. Do it. How?
頼む
I beg of you.
俺のカレーにも少しお力を貸してくれないか
Will you please help just a little with my curry?
ダメだよ
No!
これ部活だもの
This is one of our club activities.
レナは負けないよ
Rina won't lose. Ugh. She enters club mode. Even the normally kind Rina becomes an enemy. Looks like Rika-chan is cooking apples as well. Ugh. She's like a pro at this. How about Mion?
あミオンてめえ
What? Mion, you?
そりゃなんだよ
What the heck is that?
ハンバーグなんてどこから
Where did you get meat from?
行事予定表で今日のことをあらかじめ知ってたからね。
I predicted what we'd be doing today by looking at the schedule,
下ごしらえはバッチリってわけよ。
so I prepared accordingly.
私のカレーはゴージャスに行くよ。
My curry is going to be marvelous. Upon close inspection, it looks like Mion brought her own vegetables and spices and other ingredients. They were spread all over the place. Mion, just for today, you brought all this stuff from your house.
異議あり。
Objection.
先生、こんなのありですか？
Chie-sensei, there's no way this is allowed, is it?
異議を却下します。
Objection overruled.
美味しいカレーができれば先生は何でも OK です。
As long as it makes for delicious curry, anything goes. Thanks, TJ. TJ. Thanks, teacher. Ugh. For that normally serious teacher to go as far as to append a star to the end of her sentence. Just as the rumor said, she's a through and through curry freak.
レナとリカちゃんは天性の料理上手。
Rina and Rika-chan are naturally gifted chefs.
私は入念な事前準備。
I've come with thorough preparations. And?
ケイちゃんは？
Ki-chan, what about you? It's hopeless. In the grand scheme of cooking, peeling the vegetables is only a small part of it. The hurdles I must overcome are just too numerous and too high.
前原さん、こっちこっち。
Maibara-san, over here! Turning around, I saw the voices calling me belonged to the two underclassmen from earlier, Tomita-kun and Akamura-kun.
なんだよお前ら。
What's up, you guys?
お？
Hmm?
その鍋はなんだよ。お前らの班のか？
What's up with that pot? Is that from your group?
これ気づかれないうちに前原さんの鍋とすり替えてください。
Switch this with your pot before somebody notices.
うちの女子のカレーなら前原さんが作るよりは出来はいいと思います。
I think that the curry the girls from our group made, at the very least, is better than what you could make. You guys, for me?
勘違いしないでくださいよ。
Don't get the wrong idea.
僕たち前原さんに勝ってもらわないと。
If you don't win, then that is... Oh, that's right. If I don't win, then the talk of eating Satoko and Rika-chan's curry goes right out the window. It seems like you guys are getting riled up about this too.
すまん。
Sorry.
世話になる。
I mean, you're dead.
だが、お前らのグループの女子がよく許したな。
But I'm surprised the girls in your group agreed to this.
前原さん、
Maibara-san,
俺たちも本気ってことです。
we're also serious about this. Filling in on day duty 3 times. These guys, to assure me victory, have paid the price. That gaze filled with burning conviction from my underclassmen. Yeah, I'm not fighting this alone. I'm fighting this with everyone.
任せておけ。
Leave it to me.
腹は空かせておけよ。
Save some room, boys.
絶対に食わせてやるからな。
I'll definitely let you eat your fill.
お待ち申し上げております。
We shall be eagerly awaiting your victory. It's a gas stove, so controlling the heat is easy. All that's left is to let it stew a bit. The delicious smell of curry began wafting upwards. Pot gifted to me by my 2 underclassmen certainly drew some double takes. Rina even looked surprised when she came to take a look, so it must be pretty good.
ケイちゃんやるじゃない。
Ki-chan, you're pretty good.
これは最後までわからない勝負になったね。
Looks like this will be a good match right to the bitter end.
ケイチくんのカレー、レナも食べてみたくなっちゃうな。
Rina wants to eat Ketchikun's curry. Curry.
レナのカレーもミオンのカレーもみんな強敵だよ。
Rina's curry and Mion's curry too. Everybody is a worthy opponent.
俺の最善は尽くしたが、結果はどうか。
I've done my very best, but I'm not sure of the outcome.
ケイチさん、リカが呼んでますわよ。
Kichi-san, Rika's calling you.
言ってあげてでございますわ。
Go see what she wants. That's a mischievous smile. She's gonna like knock over his pot when he goes away. What? Rika-chan's calling me? What could it be? Well, whatever. While I'm at it, I can gather some intelligence on the enemy. Rika-chan was doodling on the ground in front of the pot, because all that's left is to let it stew. Even then, it's good to know that she doesn't leave the stove unattended.
よ、リカちゃんの方はどんな具合だい？
Hey, Rika-chan. How's yours doing?
カレーさんなのです
It's Mr. Curry. Huh? Rika-chan was doodling something strange and introduced it as Mr. Curry.
カレーさんはすごいのです
Mr. Curry is amazing.
目からビームも出ます
He shoots beams from his eyes.
ピー
Pew, pew. Apparently, Mr. Curry shoots beams from his eyes. Drawing a beam with a stick, she etched a line towards my feet. Does this mean I've been shot with a laser?
おー
Whoa!
バリア
Barrier!
ービーム反射
Beam reflect! I took another stick in my hand and reflected the beam, striking Mr. Curry.
カレーさんのお腹からはミサイルも撃てるのです
Mr. Curry can shoot missiles from his stomach.
ビシュー
Pishoo.
おりゃ
Wah!
ー前原超電磁バリア
Maebara super electromagnetic
ー
barrier.
そして反撃のビーム
And retaliatory beam.
カレーさんはビームエネルギーを吸収して波動砲を撃てるのです
Mr. Curry absorbs the beam energy and fires his impulse wave cannon. Rika-chan and I scratched at the ground, thoroughly engrossed in our doodle war. Wait a moment.
なあリカちゃん
Hey, Rika-chan,
俺に何か用があって呼んだんじゃないのか
you called me here for a reason, right?
はい呼びましたですよ
Yes, I called you,
でももうご用は終わっているのです
but I've already fulfilled my purpose. It's a sabotage. I knew it. I called it so early on. Alright, at that moment, a chill ran up my spine. Already fulfilled her purpose.
やられた
They got me! Headed back to my pot, standing there, just as I feared, was Satoko. With no questions asked, I drop-kicked the back of her head. Jesus.
何をしますの
What do you think you're doing?
レディの頭を何だとお思いですの
You know better than to do that to a lady's head.
なことはどうでもいい
Who cares about that?
まさか佐藤俺のカレーに何か混ぜたんじゃ
Satoko, did you mix something in with my Kurt?
失礼な
How impertinent.
そこまで落ちぶれてはおりませんわ
I haven't fallen for that.
こう見えても
Or fallen that
私
far.
フェアですのよ
Despite what you may think, I'm a fair person, you know.
じゃあこのよくわからない並べ方をしてあるしゃもじとかお皿とかはなんだ
Then what's this incomprehensible line of ladies and plates?
そんな不安定な置き方をして倒れたらどうすんだよ
Leaving them all in these unstable positions. If they fall over, what will you do? At that moment, a gentle breeze blew by, knocking over a ladle that was stood up on its end. The ladle, like a domino. Wait, was it earlier ladle? Ladles. I said ladies, didn't I? Ladles. The ladle, like a domino, fell over and knocked over the next cooking utensil in a row. Whap, 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 whap. Clank, clank,
これ
thud,
は
thud.
芸術だな
This is art.
そういえば昔テレビでドミノ倒し世界記録に挑戦なんてのが流行ったよな
Come to think of it, domino world record challenges were quite the rage on television a while back. Ki-chan! The frying pan! Didn't even have time to react. Chain reaction knocked over a cutting board, then a frying pan. The next after that was my pot. Crash. The fry pan struck my pot full force, tipping it over. Contents cruelly spilled out, and now my masterpiece was being sampled by the schoolyard. I stared, dumbfounded. It was such a beautiful and elaborate mousetrap that for a moment, I lost touch with reality.
あらあら大惨事ですわね
Oh my, oh my. This is a catastrophe.
私は何もしてませんのよ
I didn't do anything, you hear me? Oh, At the very last moment, I had let my guard down. I ignored the culinarily incompetent Satoko for far too long. Even if she couldn't cook, Satoko still had this method of fighting back. Just then, Rina, who had been sampling her own pot, let out a scream.
あれ
What?
レナのカレーしょっぱいよしょっぱいよ
Rina's curry is salty. Salty? Was Rina also sabotaged? Then what about Mion?
私のはご飯がしょっぱい
My rice is salty.
やられた
I've been had. Oh, ho, 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 ho.
これで邪魔者は戦う前に全て一掃でございますのよ。
With this, all the obstacles in my way have been taken care of before the fight even begins. Did we see it? We have not. Don't even scare me like this. Let me check real quick. We should be fine. We're totally fine. But I agree. It is weird we haven't seen any. But maybe we're just early, you know? We haven't had any freaky moments pop up. So maybe we don't get them. Well, we had one at the very beginning, back on Tuesday, I guess, but... Satoko says, oh, ho, ho, with all the obstacles in my way. With this, all the obstacles in my way have been taken care of before the fight even begins.
せっかくの力作が台無しなのです。
All that effort wasted.
かわいそかわいそなのです。
So sad. So sad.
かわいそかわいそですわよ。
So very, very sad. Rika-chan and Satoko rubbed my dumbfounded head to their heart's content. Pushing the desks together, it was about time for the meals to be judged. The delicious odor of curry spread throughout the courtyard. Members of the forestry service, to whom we owed gratitude for their daily work, were guided to their seats. Principal gave a bit of a ceremonial introduction. Next, the teacher expressed her desire for them to judge the curry contest. The men from the forestry service seemed to like that kind of thing, and gave their enthusiastic approval.
さて、皆さんできましたね。
Well then, is everybody finished?
ではこれから審査員の皆さんと校長先生と私で試食をしますからね。
We'll now have all the judges sample your cooking. Everybody in the class brought up their painstakingly made curry and arranged them on the desk. The only club members who managed a decent result were Rika-chan's group. Knowing full well it was a failure, Rina plated her curry for the judges. She already knew she was going to get a low score. But at least she was still able to serve hers. Both Mion's and my curry were completely obliterated, so he couldn't even line them up on the table. The judges started from the curry made by the lower grades. They had a lively discussion, praising the food. Finally, it was our curry's turn.
次は竜宮君のカレーであるな。
Next up is Ryugu-kun's curry.
うん、
Yes,
実にうまそうである。
this looks quite appetizing. Principal cheerfully shoveled a spoonful of Rina's salty curry into his mouth. Of course, his expression immediately changed.
あらあらあら、竜宮さんどうしちゃったんですか？
Oh my, what happened, Ryugu-san?
途中まではあんなに美味しそうだったのに。
It seemed so delicious when you were cooking it. Shie-sensei must have had some expectations judging from her disappointment.
はあ、すみません。
I'm sorry.
間違えてお塩を一袋入れちゃって。
I might have added a bag of salt by accident. I'm surprised they're not like willing to just be like, yeah, it was sabotaged. Alright, take care. Have a nice rest of your night. Oh, shit. I'm banging the microphone with my shoulder there. The rest of the judges grimaced after they each had a bite. I feel sorry for them.
失敗こそ成功の調味料である。
Failure is but the seasoning for success.
次回に期待するぞ。
I'm looking forward to next time.
頑張りたまえ。
Do your best. Saying that, the principal devoured the rest of the oversalted curry in one go. Truly a man amongst men. Rina was down and out. Her offensive capabilities were something else, but she was defeated due to her weak defense.
では、
Well then,
次は僕たちのご賞味いただくのですよ。
please savor our curry next.
フルデさんの班のカレーもとっても頑張っていますね。
I see that Furude-san's group put a lot of effort into their curry.
どれどれ？
Let's see here.
素朴だけどこれはとても美味しくできてます。
It's simple, but very nicely done. There was also the incident with Rina's salty curry right before this, so the judge's assessment was extraordinarily high. Maybe not just extraordinarily, but perhaps today's forerunner? The judges began a heated debate. One of these judges let out a sigh as he removed a chunk of carrot with his spoon.
この子のカレーも結構悪くないけどな。
Yeah, this kid's curry really isn't half bad.
俺 人参嫌いなんだよね。
But I don't like carrots, you see. Wow, that staff member's a fucking baby. Personally, I think that carrots are a staple of curry, but I guess to each their own. However, seeing that, Rika-chan read the nameplate on the chest of his coveralls and began to speak.
ダメですよ、教授。
That's no good, Kyoji.
人参を残してはいけません。
You have to eat your carrots. What is she saying all of a sudden? Everybody turned to Rika-chan with a stunned look. But what Rika-chan just did was super effective. The carrot-hating judge began stuffing his face with curry while tears streamed down his face.
教授、
Kyoji,
おかわりありますですよ。
there's seconds if you want them. Sob, mommy. While crying like that, he continues to shovel curry into his mouth. Strange, strange man. That's right. Rika-chan's curry was by no means simple. No, that curry had the taste of a mother's cooking. With the carrot-hating judge out of the picture, Rika-chan's assessment was unanimous. Oh!
理科のカレーには誰もかないませんのよ。
Nobody can stand up to Rika's curry. Satoko let out a shrill laugh as she declared victory, but at that moment,
騙されてはなりません。審査員の皆々様方、
don't be fooled, my esteemed judges.
貧乏臭さをお袋の味と錯覚させるなど、まやかしもいいとこ。
Don't be deceived into thinking that this meager slop is a taste only a mother can approve or provide. Just making
皆
up
様
words
方
here.
が本当に食べたかったのはこういうカレーじゃない？
What you people actually wanted to eat was this kind of curry, wasn't it? Ooh. All of a sudden, in all of its perfect glory, Mion's curry. Not only the judges, but the teacher, the underclassmen, and of course myself, could only gasp in admiration. Hamburg steak with a demi-glazed sauce and a fresh salad. It's a set. It wouldn't be stretching to say that this was a full-course meal. It's perfect. Perfectly made.
すごいすごい。
Amazing. Amazing.
みーちゃんすごい。
Mii-chan, you're amazing.
みーちゃんすごい。
Mii-chan, you're amazing. Satoko was also shocked. Even Rika-chan couldn't hide her surprise. Seems the victor was decided even without needing a taste. Of course, the hamburger was hand-kneaded. The salad also had a home-style dressing, but of professional quality. And the curry, not even a micron of grit.
とっても美味しい。
This is sublime.
実に豊かな味わいですよ、園崎さん。
Truly a taste to savor, Sonozaki-san.
このカレーこそインド6000年の英知と日本人の食文化の美しい融和の生きた証。
This curry is no doubt a living testimony to 6,000 years of Indian knowledge and beautiful harmony with Japanese cuisine.
先生、感激です。
I'm elated.
これは満点の仕上がりですね。
This deserves full marks.
100点をあげちゃいます。
I'm giving it 100 points.
いえいえ、どういたしまして。
Ah, you're welcome.
クラス委員長として模範を示したまでです。
I'm just trying to set an example as class representative. Mion bowed politely, and then winked at us with a smirk on her face.
僕の負けなのです。
I admit defeat.
そんなはずありませんわ。
There's no way this is happening.
確かに半分に再興しましたのに。
I'm certain I sabotaged that pot of rice. That's right. Satoko had dumped salt into Mion's rice cooker, which should have ruined it. At that moment, it hit me. I spun back towards my own canister. That's why! My rice was nabbed. At some point, my cooking canister had been opened, its contents completely emptied.
ミオンめ
Damn you, Mion!
俺のご飯を使いやがったな
Use my rice!
ずるいぞ
That's no fair!
お前のカレーも半分よこせ
Hand over half of your curry! Mion clucked her tongue and waved her finger at me as a smirk washed over her face.
おっとケイちゃん、それは甘えてるよ。
Whoa there, Ki-chan. You're not taking this seriously enough.
この最後の土壇場をケイちゃんは諦めた。
You gave up at the last moment.
私は諦めなかっ
I didn't.
た。そういう差でしょ。
That's the difference between us.
勝負は捨てたらおしまいってこと。
As soon as you give up, it's all over. Gah, couldn't even properly voice my shame.
みーちゃん、ケイチくんかわいそうだよ。
Mi-chan, I feel sorry for Kechi-kun.
ちょっとくらいなら分けてあげても。
Just give him at least a little.
いいのいいの。
It's fine, it's
こ
fine.
れは授業料だよ。
This is a lesson.
ケイちゃんは今、勝負を最後まで捨ててはいけないことを学んだの。
Keichan just learned that you shouldn't give up on the contest till it's all over, right? It loathes me to say it, but Mion is right. To give up so quickly on the match was my own folly. For Mion to have brought that to my attention, I should have actually been thankful for her, or thankful to her. Well then, does that mean that even in this situation, I shouldn't give up?
カレーは鍋ごとひっくり返し、ご飯すらも残ってない。
My curry was overturned while it was still in the pot. I don't even have any rice left.
この状況でどう勝負を諦めるなって言うんだよ。
How in the blazes am I not supposed to lose hope in this situation?
バラさん。
Maibara-san. Tomita-kun and Akamura-kun suddenly appeared. Damn it. Even though my proteges had tried so hard, I wasn't able to meet their expectations.
事故ですよ。
It was an accident.
仕方ないです。
There was nothing you could do. Both of them were dejected. Gah, couldn't accept defeat so easily. I was their senior. What would I be if I didn't pick up the broken piece of the dreams I'd showed them? I just learned it from Mion just now, didn't I? Don't throw away the contest. Not until the last moment.
考えろ前原圭一。
Think, Keshimaibara.
考えるんだ前原圭一。
Think!
カレーを作る方法じゃない。勝負に勝つ方法だ。
Not about to make more curry, about to win the match. Not about how to make more curry, about how to win the match.
くわ
Ah! He had a brain blast. I had an idea. I didn't think it could turn tables, but it was better than nothing.
ー。富田君、手を洗ってこい。手伝ってくれ。
Tomita-kun, come and wash your hands. Help me out.
岡村君には探してきてほしいものがあるんだ。
Akamura-kun, there's something I want you to find. Okay. Okay, gotcha. Both of them dispersed after receiving these instructions.
ほう。
Oh?
最後にケイちゃんがどうあがくか
How is Ki-chan going to flounder about at the end?
見せてもらおうじゃない。
Why don't you show me?
王将際の悪い男は嫌われますのよ。
Nobody likes a stubborn fool, you know.
うるせえ。
Shut up.
俺の最後の勝負を黙って見てろ。
Just sit there and watch the last card I have to play.
まずミオン、お前の飯盒をもらうぞ。
First off, Mion, I'll be taking some of your rice.
嫌とは言わせん。
I won't let you say no.
別にいいけど、しょっぱいよ。
I don't really care. It's salty after all.
レナも手伝っていいよね。
It's okay if Rina helps too, right?
ケイチくん、非常事態だし。
Ketchikun is in trouble right now.
そう言ってもらえるなら心強い。
Hearing you say that is very reassuring.
じゃあレナ、お茶を入れてくれ。
Well then, Rina, go make some tea.
はあ、信頼されてない。
He doesn't trust me.
それからサドゴ、
Next, Sachiko.
そしてリカちゃん、
Also, Rika-chan.
一騎打ちを申し入れる。
I challenge you to a side bet.
なんですって。
What did you say?
お話を伺いますですよ。
We'll listen to your request. This is my duty to my two proteges who shed blood, sweat, and tears for my sake.
俺が
Or
100
for
点
my
を
sake.
もらえたら、
Oh my god, it was sake, and I read it as
リ
sake.
カちゃん、
Blood, sweat, and tears for my sake. Satoko, Rika-chan, if I receive a perfect score,
お前らのカレーをいただく。
I'll be taking your curry.
飯抜きだ。
Nothing for you to eat!
冗談もほどほどでございますのよ。
You need to know when to stop joking around.
そんなのあかんぺーでございますわよ。
I'll be giving a big no to that.
いや、いいでしょ、さとこ。
No, it's alright, Satoko.
受けなよ。
Take him up on it. firmly patting the top of Satoka's head, Mion said those words with all the gravitas of a club president.
これだけの致命傷を与えたんでしょ
You handicapped him this much, didn't you?
再起なんかあるわけがない
There's no way he can make up for that.
だからサトコも堂々としてなよ
So meet him head on.
どうあがこうと逆転などあるわけがない
No matter how hard he struggles, he's not going to make a comeback.
そうでしょ
Right?
そうでございますけど
That may be true, but
僕はいいですよ
I don't mind.
ケイチファイトオーです
Keiichi, go for it. Yay! Thanks, Rika. The judges, seemingly growing tired of sampling the various curries, were debating each entry. From what little I overheard, it seemed that Mion's impending victory was not in question.
そういえば前原くんのカレーはどうなりましたか？
By the way, what happened to Maibara-kun's curry?
先生まだ食べてませんよ。
I still haven't tried it yet.
はい
Yeah,
俺のカレーはその
The-
鍋がひっくり返ってしまい
the pot with my curry in it fell over.
ん
Hmm?
そうであるか。
Is that so?
それは実に残念である。
That's a real shame.
カレーは失いましたが勝負を失ったわけじゃありません
I may have lost my curry, but that doesn't mean I've lost this contest.
皆さんをうまいと言わせてみせます
Oh, everybody singing my praises. My combative posturing had drawn the attention of all the judges.
まずは黙って食ってください
First of all, just be quiet and eat these, please.
文句はそれから伺います
I'll listen to your complaints after that.
これが俺の料理だ
This is my cooking!
前原くんそれは
Maibara-kun, that's
ん
Hmm?
おにぎりであるか。
onigiri? Huh? The judges smiled wryly at the simple fare that was quite in contrast to the preceding bravado. Rina poured tea into the cup she had brought over from the break room.
バカにしてますわ
He's making a mockery of
そ
this.
れにほ
There, look.
ら中身も何にもないただの塩握りではありませんの
There's not even any filling. It's nothing more than salted onigiri.
こんなの勝負にもなりませんわ
This isn't even worthy of being called a contest anymore.
確かに塩加減は悪くないかもしれないけど
It's true. The amount of salt might be a little much, but Rina's expression told me that she thought this was a great idea, but it might still not be enough to win the match.
前原さん本当にこんなので逆転できるんですか
Maibara-san, is this really enough to make a comeback?
後輩諸君
Gentlemen,
よく尽くしてくれた
you did well.
大丈夫
It's alright.
黙って見てるんだ
Just watch. The judges were chewing with their mouths full and sipping at the tea. Nobody was singing praises or awestruck. They were just quietly chowing down.
ケイちゃんも卑怯な手を使うようになったね
Seems like Ki-chan has learned how to use some rather underhanded tricks.
こりゃ辛いな
This might be difficult.
そうか
Yeah, that's right.
レナにも分かったよ
Rina understands that now too.
どういうことですの
What do you mean?
なんでみんな黙ってあんなにも食べてますの
Why is everybody just quietly eating that much?
それはねさとこちゃん
You see, Satoko-chan?
審査員さんたちね実は
That's because the judges are actually tired of eating curry. Because they were judges, they had to sample each and every offering. And because they were from small children, because they were made to show their appreciation, they couldn't eat just a little bit of each.
男はな時には味よりも量を尊ぶこともあるんだよ
Sometimes a man values the amount more than the taste.
その時味は心震わせるものよりも素朴であることが望ましい
At those times, rather than rich, mind-blowing flavor, they craved simplicity. They couldn't say it out loud, but this was the tastiest thing they'd had today. I confirmed that by looking at their eyes as the judges smiled wryly.
健闘は称えるが今日はカレー勝負
I'll praise your efforts, but Today's contest was about curry.
これに点数を与えて良いものなのか。
I'm not sure we can give a score to this. Teacher and the principal had folded their arms while they pondered the situation. My underlings, seeing that, saw a small glimmer of hope fade away and grew dejected. Was this little surprise just not enough?
諦めるな、ケイちゃん。
Don't give up, Ki-chan. Mion whispered quietly. That's right. If I didn't push here,
いえ先生
no.
採点はしていただきます
I'll have you give it a score.
カレーとおにぎりを異なって評価することにそもそも致命的な間違いがあります
If you think that curry and onigiri are really that different, you're sorely mistaken. Huh?
前原くん、何を言ってるんですか？
Maibara-kun, what are you saying?
カレーとおにぎりがなぜ？
How are they the same? Principal stopped the teacher. It looked like he was giving me one final chance. The judges, having eaten their fill, quietly waited for my statement.
本場インドのカレーは何というパンで食べるそうですね
In its homeland of India, curry is usually eaten with a type of bread called naan, isn't it?
ですからこのカレーライスという料理はそれを取り入れアレンジした日本の食文化の一つと言えるでしょう
Therefore, you could say that this cuisine we call curry rice is something that we have adapted and modified.
冒頭に先生がおっしゃられた通りインドと日本の文化の融合の結晶なのです
Just as the teacher said it at the beginning, it's a fusion of Indian and Japanese cuisine.
前原くんの言うことはわかります。
I know what you're trying to say, Maibara-kun.
でも、それとおにぎりにどんな関係が？
But what does that have to do with onigiri?
とても簡単なことなんですよ
It's actually very simple.
カレーもおにぎりもお米を美味しく食べるための知恵なんです
Both curry and onigiri are things made to let you enjoy eating rice. Rice was introduced to Japan from ancient China. Our agricultural forebears watered the fields, fighting the elements, disease, and pests to grow and raise a rice-centric culture. Yes, the Japanese people have formulated a plethora of dishes, but those were nothing more than attempts to find ways to enjoy eating rice. In other words,
カレーもおにぎりも同じ米食文化の
curry and onigiri are both the results of
結晶なのです
rice culture. It's the biggest bullshit I've ever heard. It was scattered at first, but slowly grew into a steady roar. It was a thunderous applause that praised me.
よまいごともほどほどになさいませ
Enough with the nonsense already.
認めませんわよ
I won't accept this.
先生はカレーの出来を採点してますのよ
The teacher's only judging curry, you know.
こんなのは採点外
This is out of the question.
0点がふさわしいに決まってるでございますわ
It obviously deserves 0 points.
先生ケイチ君は頑張ったんです
Miss, Ketchikun did his best.
認めてあげてください
Could you please acknowledge that?
カレーの授業のはずだったのに。
Today's class was supposed to be about curry.
どうしましょう。
What should we do? Mion, stifling her laughter, stepped forward.
かつてフランスからある高名なシェフが来日した時、ホテルの人たちがさまざまな材料をフランスから空輸したんだそうです。
There's a story about about how when a Michelin 3-star chef from France came to Japan, people from the hotel he was staying at had a whole bunch of ingredients imported from France.
でもそのシェフはそれらに見向きもしませんでした。
But the chef didn't even give them a second glance.
どうしてなのですか
I wonder why that was.
本場の材料さんなのですよ
They were ingredients from his homeland.
シェフは地元の漁港へ行き、日本で採れた新鮮な幸を使って料理を作ったそうです。
The chef went to the local fish market and made a dish from fresh fish caught in Japan.
食文化は決められたルールに縛られるものじゃない。
The culture of food isn't bound by predetermined rules.
文化なんです。日本に来れば日本の文化と溶け合って、また新しいものを形作る。
It's culture. If you come to Japan, you meld with Japanese culture and make something new.
だからカレーもおにぎりも同じ日本の文化なんです。
That's how curry and onigiri are the same. Mion. She was providing fire support. I had to be grateful. The judges were somehow moved by this complicated yet baseless trivia. A stern look washed over the teacher's face as she refolded her arms.
前原くんは カレーのお鍋をひっくり返してしまったそうですね。
Maibara-kun, your pot of curry was flipped over, wasn't it?
危ないから気をつけなさいと初めにあれだけ言ったのに。
Even though I said at the beginning to be careful?
すみません。
I'm sorry.
ですが前原くんや園崎さんが言うように食文化には垣根はありません。
But, as Maibara-kun and Sonozaki-san said, there are no boundaries in cuisine.
人を心底感嘆させるものならその形式は何ら差別されるものではない。
If it's something that can amaze people, that's not something that should be discriminated against just because of the form.
じゃあ
Then...
お鍋をひっくり返したので減点20。
For spilling your pot, minus 20 points.
でも今日だけですよ。
But, just for today,
くじけないで頑張ったので特別に20点プラス。
for not giving up and doing your best, plus 20 points.
100点をあげておきましょう。
I'll give you 100 points. Maibara-san, we did it! My underclassmen leapt at me. A perfect score. We did it. We did it. The curry was spilt, and our rice was taken, but we made a comeback. In the end, Rika-chan's curry also received full marks, so everybody but Rina had a perfect score. Since this contest was outside the scope of regular club activities, there wasn't any particular penalty game. Rina breathed a sigh of relief.
さて約束だぞ。さとこにリカちゃん。
Now then, as promised, Satoko, Rika-chan,
君たちのカレーは没収する。
I'll be taking your curry.
それじゃ私たちのお昼がなくなっちゃいますわ。
But that means we won't have any lunch. Satoko stomped angrily at the ground in frustration, but the price of defeat was absolute.
と言いたいところだが情けだ。
Is that what I wanted to say? Is what I wanted to say, but I'll show you some mercy.
半分は食ってよし。
You can eat half.
ケイチ、ありがとうなのです。
Thank you, Kechi. My two proteges peered over from the sidelines, tears of joy streaming from their faces. We exchanged glances that would only be understood amongst men. Weird little freaks. We did it, Maibara-san. This is all thanks to you. We flashed each other a thumbs up.
さてこのカレーは後輩たちに渡してっと。
Now, just have to give these to my pupils.
俺も腹が減ったよな。
I've gotten pretty hungry myself.
自分のおにぎりでも食うか。
I guess I'll have one of my onigiri.
で、あれ
Wait, huh? There was no trace of my onigiri. The ones I had set aside for myself included. As I peered around searching for them, the principal clapped a hand on my shoulder.
さっきの前原君の話を聞いていたら噛み締める米の味がひときわ美味での。
When I was listening to that speech you gave, the rice I was chewing grew even more delicious.
ひょっとして俺の分も食べちゃいました？
Could it be that you also ate my share? Principal simply laughed without answer. Seriously? My eyes half brimming with tears and my stomach rumbling, I was called over by the teacher.
前原くん、さっきはああいう場だったので満点ということにしましたが、分かっていますね。
Maibara-kun, because of the circumstances, I had to give you a perfect score, but you understand, right?
え？分かってって
Huh?
何がっすか？
Huh? Understand what? There was an odd glint in the teacher's eyes. If I had to describe it, it was curry-colored. Like a pot of stewing curry, her eyes whirled around in a spiral. She's gonna cast a curry hex on him. A chill washed over me. The teacher clutched me by my shoulders and drew me in closer until our noses were almost touching.
カレーはこの世で一番尊くて神聖な素晴らしい料理です。
Curry is this world's most respected and sacred of dishes.
それとおにぎりを同一扱いするなんて断固許せません。
I will absolutely not allow it to be put in the same category as onigiri.
いいですか？
You hear me?
カレーは四大河川文明に匹敵する第5の文明として古代インドに生まれ、アショカ王の時代にカピラ城で釈迦の生誕にバンコク食文化博覧会が絶賛して、ミシュランぐるぐるエッフェル塔すらもカレー漬けをぐつぐつ煮込んで、ターメリックを寝ても覚めてもカレーカレーカレーカレー。
Curry was created in ancient India. Fuck, I already fucked it up. Fuck. Alright, let me try again. Curry was created in ancient India. It's hard because the fucking text is so against like this. My old man eyes can't read the white text on the white light background. Alright. Curry was created in ancient India, one of the 4 great river valley civilizations that was raved about during the reign of King Ashoka in capital for the birth of the Shakya at the International Food Expo. Michelin twirly, even the Eiffel Tower was pickled in shimmering curry, determining whether you're asleep or awake. Curry. I fucked it up, but it's the best I can get right now. Alright, so she's a curry freak. We all know.
ちょっとケイチさん、
Hey, Kechi-san.
何をフラフラしてますの？
What are you stumbling around for?
後片付けもお料理の一部ですのよ。
Cleaning up is a part of cooking, too.
ケイチくん、目がカレーだよ。
Kechi-kun, your eyes are all curried.
どうしたのかな、この。
Why is that? Why? Curry.
あっちゃやられたか。
Yikes. She got him, huh?
大丈夫、一昼夜で元に戻るよ。
It's okay. He'll be back to normal by tomorrow.
多分。
Probably. Yeah, no, are we setting up for like a chapter where it's the fucking teacher is the one who scares the fuck out of our character here? It wasn't that long before hunger brought me back to my senses. Curry when they cry. What a bizarre chapter. Or section. In the end, all the onigiri was eaten by the principal, so I had to make do without lunch. Skipping lunch, I never knew the afternoon could be so long and painful. A feeling other than drowsiness made me space out.
大丈夫かな、ケイチくん。
That's good. Are you alright, Kechi-kun?
だからレナのカレー食べなよって言ったのに。
That's why I said you shouldn't eat Rina's curry. As if I could eat this curry with enough salt in it to make my blood pressure rise just by looking at it. It is what I said. It is what I said as I initially refused. I could only regret it. The hunger, the stomach ache.
まあまあ、
Well,
よくしのいだよ。
you did a good job making it through.
あの絶対的な状況下から。
Your absolutely hopeless situation, that is.
つくづくケイちゃんは追い詰められてからが強いね。
Ki-chan, you're pretty strong when you're cornered, eh?
今はどんな褒め言葉もいらん。
I don't need any compliments right now.
飯をくれ。
I need food.
うちに帰れば何かあるんでしょ？
There's something for you to eat at home, right?
うちってお菓子とかの買い置きはないんだよ。
We don't keep snacks lying around at home.
カップ麺も今は底をついてるし。
And I'm out of cup noodles right now.
我慢して待ってれば今日のお夕食はきっと美味しいよ。
Since you're enduring that hunger so much right now, I'm sure tonight's dinner will be really tasty. I had absolutely no intention of laughing along.
じゃあ私はこの辺で。
Well then, I'll take my leave.
また今日もバイトでね。
I have my part-time job again. Today.
慣れない職種はしんどいよ。
Sigh. It's really rough when you're not used to the work. Ah, the job at the Angel Mort family restaurant, huh? No, Kechi, that's Shion. That uniform? Question mark. Was somewhat stimulating.
やっぱウェイトレスさんってハードワークなんだな。
Being a waitress really is hard work.
みーちゃんってウェイトレスさんやってるの？
Eh? Mi-chan is working as a waitress?
本当に本当に？
Really? Really?
どこのお店かな？は
What kind of place is it?
違う。私はそう先日のおもちゃ屋さんの店番なの。
No, I'm right. I'm working at the toy store from the other day.
ウェイトレスさんはシオン ンで
Shion is the waitress. Alright, I'm so thoroughly convinced that for some reason, the way this is building up is that around this time in the last chapter, wasn't it that the whole thing was, I mean, we talked about it, like, the whole thing we didn't trust these two about was, like, the dismemberment thing. And we asked them, and they were like, they were gaslighting us, basically, right? But it seems as if, in this one, it seems like what might be, unless I'm misinterpreting this all, what somehow the conflict might arise from Kechi being so dead set that Mion is Shion, and Mion has to be like, no, that's Shion. And if he keeps hounding her about it, is it gonna cause problems, strife, issues? And if so, very silly. But maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Ah, my bad. I completely forgot that was how it ended up being.
ごめんごめん。
I'm sorry.
あまりにもよく似てるから間違えた。
You guys look so similar, I mixed you up.
ケイチくん、
Kechi-kun,
シオンって誰かな？
who's Shion? Rina asked the obvious question.
あ、ミオンの双子の妹なんだよ。
Mion's younger twin sister.
性格は違うけど、外見は瓜二つなんだ。
She's got a different personality, but she's a dead ringer for Mion.
そうそう
That's right.
外見は似てるけど中身は大違いなんだよ
We look similar, but our personalities are completely different.
私は優しくて思慮深いけどシオンは冷めてておっかない性格なんだよね
I'm very kind and thoughtful, but Shion has a cold and scary personality.
多分生まれた時にミオンの女の子らしい部分は全部シオンに行っちゃったんだと思う。
I think that when you guys were born, Shion got all the feminine aspects.
ミオンと違って実にはにかんだ笑顔の似合う可愛い女の子なんだ。
Unlike Mion, she's a cute, cheerful girl.
ケイ
Ki-chan! Rina interjected as her eyes darted back and forth from our exchange.
ちゃん。
Hmm?
そうなの？
Is that true?
レナ会ったことないの？
Rina's never met her.
みーちゃん、妹がいるなんて話してくれたことあったっけ？
Mi-chan, did you ever tell me you had a younger sister? Shion's existence was already being exposed as a cover-up. I couldn't help Mion out here. Also, this is like way in advance like theory crafting. But what if, so we're seeing obviously the same, again, around the same time frame in chapter 2 as we did in chapter 1. And what if it's like, oh, you learn on as each chapter progresses, right? You learn a new thing or a new aspect, or you see a different perspective or something. What if, going back to like the parent trap theory, or just like switching of twin theorying. What if towards the end of chapter 1, when he was freaking out and then they like took him in, like strapped him in that room and were doing the things to him, injecting him with drugs of some sort. What if that wasn't Mion there, but it was Shion? I don't know exactly what that changes, but what if that it's not Shion there in that room with him at that time? She could just easily pass as Mion. I'm thinking, I got it. I'm thinking I'm so far ahead of this game. I'm already thinking about... Well, yeah, I know there was also Rina, but I'm saying discard Rina for just a quick sec. Unless, chapter 3, we reveal Rina also has a twin sister. Her name? Sheena. I couldn't help Mion out here. I could only have her end the charade. Sheena. Yeah. Rina and Sheena. Oh, yeah.
レナには紹介したことなかったかな
I still haven't introduced her to you, Rina.
私の双子の妹でシオンって言うんだよ
My younger sister's name is Shion.
知らないよ。
I don't know.
聞いてないよ。
I've never heard of her.
みーちゃん家に行っても会ったことないよ。
I never met her when I went to Mi-chan's house. Yeah, that.
ほら知ってるでしょ、バッチャと住んでるのは私だけだから。
You know, I'm the only one that lives with Granny.
シオンは沖宮の実家に住んでるの。
Shion lives with a family home in Okinomiya.
あんまり仲が良くないから、こっちには来ないんだけどね。
We're not that close, so yeah, she doesn't come here too often. Rina's face indicated she wasn't sure if she was convinced. She was usually a bit of an airhead, but she was usually sharp when it came to these kinds of things.
まあ嘘じゃないんだ。信じてやってくれ。
Well, it's not a lie. Please believe me. As she said, yeah, I believe you, a smile suddenly blossomed on Rina's face.
レナもいつか会ってみたいな。
Rina wants to meet her.
今度レナもお顔を見に行ってみるね。
I'll go and see her sometime.
どこのお店で働いてるのかな。
What store is she working at? What store?
その
That is... she's getting more tangled in her little web. I could tell that Mion was getting increasingly frantic. I wanted to help her out, but it was hard for an outsider to butt in on family issues.
ごめん。
Sorry.
バイトも急がないと。
I have to get to work. Later.
レナにケイちゃん、
Rina, Kichan,
また明日。
see you tomorrow. Unilaterally ending the conversation, Mion headed home. No matter how you looked at it, she was running away. We'll just label this one as an emergency escape.
みーちゃんなんだか可愛かった。
Mi-chan was kind of cute.
なんでかな。
I wonder why. Rina giggled in amusement. I wonder when dinner is. Would lying down be the best way to conserve energy? I sprawled in the entryway without even taking off my shoes. As I was losing the last vestiges of my consciousness, the doorbell rang. It seemed I had guessed.
はいどうぞ。
Come on in.
開いてますよ。
It's open. I directed my listless voice at the door.
どうもこんにちは。
Oh, Shion.
何やってんですか？
Good afternoon. Uh-huh. Kichan, what are you doing? Seemed my guess was Mion, or rather, Shion. She seemed shocked when she saw me sprawled out in the entryway.
シオンか。
Is that Shion?
またどうして？
Wait, why? I thought that Shion's existence was an illusion that was limited to when Mion was at the restaurant. That's why I never even considered that Shion would appear here.
お姉に聞きましたよ。
I heard from my sister.
今日のお昼、部活で大変なことがあって、ご飯食べられなかったんですよね。
Because of club activities today, you weren't able to eat lunch, right?
ああ大変だったぞ。
Yeah, it was a lot of trouble.
サトコに鍋を倒され、ご飯はお前に盗まれて。
Satoko spilled my pot, and you stole my rice.
だから私、シオン。
But I'm Shion. She grew red and began to mope. That's right, she was the younger twin right now.
すまんすまん。
Sorry. I don't know what to think. Okay. I could totally see. I know we're mostly on the boat of like, no, this really is a definitive other person, Shion. And this is not Mion. But what if the game is triple reversing us? You know what I mean? Like, what if we as the readers are supposed to feel that, like, no, Ketchy's just being really dumb, this truly is a different person, it makes too much sense. But it feels like very much something this story would do to actually be like, ooh, later twist, look at that. I mean, I know I would be maybe applying, one thing that happened in this story to multiple things, but I mean, it's not too far. I mean, we did get like this weird little tip a while back that was talking about, you know, multiple personality stuff, and I know that could be applied to a different aspect in the game that we saw in the first chapter, but like, I mean, what if she doesn't have an actual twin. She just, you know, a different personality, and then she's like, oh, I've got a twin sister, and then, oh, how convenient, her name is Shion, and I'm Mion, and then I do different things. Mion's story is weird. That's where I'm, like, so, it's so ambiguous. It's so, like, I don't know who to trust. Alas. Kenshi says sorry. Sorry.
それでなんだよ。
What's up?
空腹の俺のために差し入れでも持ってきてくれたのか？
Like a boyfriend in Canada type beat? Sure. But then, okay, so let's go with that. Let's run with this logic then, right? That there isn't two separate Shion and Mion. Like, this is one entity playing two different roles. A, why? Why is she doing that? And B, why is she, like, showing up to his door and his house as Shion right now? Like, it'd be like, why is she doing it? What is the purpose? Why are you doing this? And why are you making it the situation? And if Ketchy multiple times has kind of like called her out on it and been like, oh yeah, you're like, to her face, been like, oh yeah, you're not Mion. Silly me, you're Shion. Why is she so like dodgy about it? Have I ever seen Mion and Shion in the same room? True, that's what I was saying. We need to see them in the same room, and then we can 100% confirm. Maybe. Sorry, what's up? Did you bring something for me to eat?
ありゃ
Oh, we got the CGs! Look at
少し疲れちゃっ
that!
て
Don't
なんだ
panic!
かがっかりですけど
Food! Oh my. It's somehow disappointing that you hit the nail right on the head, but here. A very crooked angle here. With a disappointed smile, Shion held out the small bento box she had hidden behind her back. Huh?
本当に差し入れなのかよ。
You really brought something to eat?
サンキュー。
Thanks.
お姉が学校に持って行ったハンバーグの残りがあったんでちょっと持ってきました
There was still some of the ground beef left over from when my sister brought to school.
お夕飯前だとは思いますけどいかがかなって思いまして
I knew it was going to be right before dinner, but I wondered if you'd want it.
迷惑でしたか
Am I bothering you? I mean, that's a very good point. I agree. That's what I'm saying. At the very least, this story and the game so far is doing a very good job of placing this, like, this is it or is it not situation, like, on, in my opinion, like a very, very, the teeter-totter back and forth, because the way it was presented was very clear, like, oh, at first I was like, oh, they're different people, they seem different enough, and then, oh, and she's like, oh, they're the same, and then she goes, no, we're not, and now I don't know which way to believe. Even though at the very beginning I was so set on it being one way, and then quickly changed the other way just from what some of the text was, and now I'm flip-flopping. What I said before, you may have evidence of it being Mion and Shion. Not being Mion at all. Could be both. Also, I hate to get so... I'm not learned and 100% like an expert on the whole, especially it was so briefly brought up in the game, but the whole split personality, or different personality, multiple personality thing, I guess I should say. The thing that went on. But like, then... you go like, if someone has like a multiple personality thing, I mean, I know there's an actual answer, but the philosophical thing you could be is like, oh, is it really two different people? If they're two people who at different times present themselves as different people and have like different personalities even, and so far, and if they're in their head, they so far believe that they are different people at different moments in time, is it really actually like two different people? Like you're dealing with two different people or two different characters or whatever in this situation. I don't know. Sounds a bit like the furniture debacle. I see what you mean. Much to ponder.
迷惑なんてめっそうもない。
Not even a bit.
すげえ嬉しいよ。
I'm really happy, but I will reaffirm what I just said like 10 or so minutes ago. I fully believe this chapter, whatever the inciting incident is going to be, I think it's going to be based around this Mion Shion cloud of ambiguity. Somehow this feels like it's going to be the basis of whatever shit happens. Okay, she says, not even a bit. I'm really happy.
本当に食っていいのか?
Can I really eat this? Smile. Sneaking a look inside the box to say that she just put some left over inside would have been a lie. There was an elegant meal stuffed inside.
本当にいいのか?
Is it really okay?
これタバスコとかがいっぱい入ってるとかそういう冗談じゃないのかよ?
There's not like a ton of hot sauce mixed in or anything, right?
もう
Jeez.
お姉じゃないんですから。私そんなことしませんよ。
I'm not my sister. I wouldn't do that kind of thing. And then, let's say they are two different people, right? Then the question starts becoming, all right, what is the truly the family situation that's happening? Because they're clearly, they don't really talk to each other much, even though they have like the opportunity. Clearly, we got like hints as to like, oh, you know, it's a family, whatever. But if they are two people, then you'd have to start going into that and be like, what's the beef? What's the family beef going on? When you think of it, Meta past this point, it would mean that the existence of the curse and all the incidents is just as important as the Mion Shion situation. Jeez, I'm not my sister. I wouldn't do that kind of thing.
別に嫌なら無理しなくても。
If you don't like it, you don't have to force yourself.
帰って自分で食べちゃいますから。
I'll just go home and eat it myself. Saying that, she pouted cutely, made a motion as if to snatch the box back. I would guess, if I, you know, I'm firmly planting my flag in, I think they're two separate people right now. And if I wanted to waffle a bit in me saying that, I'm going to say they're firmly two different people, or, because it makes too much sense for this to be like they are two people, but Ketchy does like wink wink, oh, sure you're two different people, and that affects the story somehow later on. Or, if I wanted to flip-flop on this a bit, I would say they're two different people, but in the aspect of like two completely different personalities occupying one person, and that's enough to like technically call them like two separate people or personalities or whatever you want to say. I think it's one of those two situations than just, I think those are more likely the situation than this being straight up Mion just being like, I'm too embarrassed to talk non-sarcastically to Ketchy by myself with the personality he knows, so I'm just acting as a completely different person. Like, to me, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it just seems less likely than the first two options I brought up. But maybe I've got a bad reading on this. Very likely I have a bad reading on this. Saying that, oh, let me say this. Conversely, they clearly talk a lot if Shion knows about the stuff that happened today from Mion. That's a good point. That is a little weird. She knows already, she knew what happened at school today. Somehow. But they were saying that they're like, we don't talk a ton, I don't know what to think. Saying that, she pouted cutely and made a motion. Oh yeah, we read that. There were some times that made me doubt that she was the same person as Mion, and this was undoubtedly one of those moments.
全然嫌じゃないです。
I don't mind at all.
感謝の心を忘れずに噛み締めたいと思います。
I want to chow down on it with the thanks. I want to chow down on it with thanks from the bottom of my heart.
そんな鼻水垂らされて感謝されるほどのことじゃ。
It's not something to be so thankful about that your nose has to run. Shion, who had thought that I might not take the bento, looked down happily.
何もないけど上がっていくか。
There's not much, but do you want to come in?
お茶くらいなら出せるかも。
I could probably make some tea or something.
ごめんなさい。
またの機会にします。
Sorry, maybe some other time. Also, you gotta think of the implications, right? So, like, I was talking about, like, oh, if this is truly just Mion taking on a Shion persona just so she can talk genuinely to someone like Kechi, what, like, she's too embarrassed otherwise. Is that because she's like, oh, shit, I've got feelings for Kechi, but we already have this established, like, almost like rivalry, sibling, like, relationship? And is she taking on this role to move in on the already somewhat established Rina and Kechi relationship? Have we got a full triangle going? Much to ponder, much to think about. Shion says, sorry, maybe some other time.
私バイトに行く途中ですから。
Teenage drama, I'm here for it. I'm on my way to work. Oh, that's right. She did say that
お
before.
弁当箱は適当に水洗いして、明日お姉にでも返しといてくださいね。
Just rinse the box out with water and give it back to my sister tomorrow, please.
当然だぜ。
Of course.
こんなうまそうなのを食わせてもらったらそれぐらい礼儀だろ。
It would only be the proper thing to do after being allowed to eat something that looks this delicious.
じゃあ私はこれで。
Well then, I'll take my leave.
あと最後に。
One last thing. Shion grew red again as she looked down once more.
お姉がカレーの時、黙ってケイちゃんのご飯取っちゃいましたよね。
During that contest with the curry, my sister took your rice without permission, right?
悪ふざけが過ぎるとお姉、ついやりすぎちゃうんです。
My sister fools around too much, so sometimes she gets carried away.
決して悪気があったわけじゃ。
She wasn't doing it just to be mean.
おいおい。
Hey.
別に俺はあんなのなんとも思っちゃいないぜ。
It's not like I mind that too much.
部活の上でのことは恨みっこなしだからな。
There are no grudges when it comes to collectivities, after all.
毎回スリリングに楽しませてもらってるのをこっちが感謝したいぐらいだぜ。
In fact, I should be the one that's thankful for all the thrills and entertainment.
そうミオンに伝えてくれるか。
Could you tell that to Mion for me?
はい。
See, this dialogue is being too cheeky. I think the game knows that we're like, at least me personally, I'm teetering on like, is it a different person or not? And it keeps kind of like straddling that line. Yes.
それ、お姉きっと喜ぶと思います。
I think my sister will be very happy to hear that.
ではこの辺で。
Well then, I have to go. Shion smiled brightly. After bowing deeply, she left as she looked at her watch.
嬉しいけど、これ本当に大丈夫なんだろうな。
I'm happy, but is this really okay? I looked at the bento box that she left behind. A faint warmth spread through the palm of my hand. If it were Mion, I could see hot sauce, mustard, maybe even a needle being mixed inside. Needle, you say? But really, I don't think she would go so far as putting a needle in there. I opened the box once again and hesitantly tasted a bit. I took a bite. And another. There was no funny business. There was no danger at all, for it was delicious. That's right. That was Shion, not Mion. So there shouldn't have been anything to worry about. Let me see this. I know. This is tough. What's going to be the most cruel thing is that it's not going to reveal to us. It's either that, like I said, if this gets carried on throughout this whole chapter and it's like late chapter reveal about if they whether or truly are different people or not, or if we carry on the mystery past this chapter, then I'm going to scream. I'm going to be like, God damn it, just tell me. Just let me know, game. I rushed back to my room, eating as I gave my thanks. It was so delicious that my stomach could cry.
シオン。
シオン。
いや、ミオン。俺が空腹で死にそうって言ってたのを聞いて、大急ぎで持ってきてくれたのか。
Shion. No, Mion. When she heard I was so hungry I could die, she brought this over to me. It was delicious to the last bite. By the way, nothing strange had been mixed in. I was a bit embarrassed at myself for being so skeptical. I know. It's the perfect mystery. Oh, we gotta read this. Oh, that wasn't a clickable thing.
おいミオン
Hey, Mion, here.
何よケイちゃん。
What is it, Kichan? I thrust the bento box she'd given me yesterday at her face.
昨日差し入れてもらった弁当箱だよごちそうさま
See, Ketchy isn't even trying. He's like, he keeps going like, oh yeah, to her face, she'll be like, hey, you're a different person. But then like slip up like this and just be like, ah, it's the thing you gave me yesterday. So he's not even trying to her face, distinctly try to reconcile that's like two different people. I don't know. There's just like on the list of reasons for that they're different people and then reasons they're not different. There's too many reasons on both sides, in my opinion. And if like I could see the game and the story flipping one way or the other at the last moment just to do whatever the story is trying to bend towards. Or let's get super wild, right? So imagine each chapter is its own different timeline, right? Of like things happening, right? So some things are happening different this time than last time that we saw right before leading up to the festival or whatever. One chapter, they are going to be different people. In another chapter, they're the same person. I mean, we didn't even see mention of Shion in the first chapter, but that doesn't really matter. I'm just saying, like, it's going to be whatever the reveal is here, and then in chapter 3, we're going to see the Shion and Mion, and they're going to be the same person, or the opposite. They are the same person, depending on what it is in this chapter. It's a bento box you gave me yesterday. Thank you.
うまかったぜ
It was delicious.
あ、
I guess you could say that the Mion Shion situation is a cat box. And until it's opened, it's both answers. And to solve it, we would have to spin the chessboard around. Possibly. But until a closed room murder happens... Mion's face quickly flushed bright red. Hey, now, you were the one pretending to be Shion when you gave it to me. You're gonna give it away if you go all red like that when you're being Mion. At this rate, she might trip and fall right into her own grave, so I decided to help her out.
あのな俺昨日腹を空かせてたらさ
Listen, I was pretty hungry yesterday.
シオンがわざわざ家まで来て弁当を差し入れてくれたんだよ
Out of the blue, Shion came all the way to my house and gave me some food in a bento box.
でこれはその弁当箱
This is that box.
ちゃんと洗ってあるからな
I made sure to wash it clean.
そうなんだ。シオンは気が利くね。
Right, Shion's really considerate, huh? I was so transparent. Was Mion always this terrible at lying? Her expression was different than usual, but it looked strangely cute.
で、どうだった？
So, what did you think?
ミオンに瓜二つなやつだと思うぞだって双子なんだろ
You two are like peas in a pod. You're twins, right?
似てて当然だよ
Obviously, you look the same.
じゃなくて、
Not that, Mion looked kind of bewildered, like she was waiting for a specific answer. When she said impression, maybe she didn't mean Shion, but the bento.
ああもちろんうまかったぜ
Oh, of course, it was delicious.
本当に？
Really?
俺は食い物の感想には嘘はつかないぞ俺がうまかったって言ったら誰が食ったってうまい
I never lie about liking food. If I say something's good, then it's objectively good.
万人におすすめできる評価だと思っていいぞ
You could feel free to give my recommendation to every single person you meet.
シオンに実に美味しかったって伝えておいてくれ
Tell Shion it was seriously great, alright?
シオンにね。
remember the mochi with the... Of course I remember the mochi with the needle. Remember when Ketchu was confronting Mion about it? And he went like... I vaguely remember that. Excuse me, that part. Okay. Tell Shion, right?
伝えておくよ。
I will.
きっと喜ぶと思うよ。
I think she'll be happy. We're going along with Shion having given it to me, not Mion, aren't we? You wonder if Mion also made the mochi for him? And you're saying that as if Mion was a separate or... Oh. I see what you're saying. Well... I wonder if Mion also made the mochi. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess it's possible. I wasn't even thinking like that. Yet, her laugh came from deep down, and it sounded really happy. I guess she really can laugh nicely enough that just looking at her makes me feel better too. The sarcastic remark made its way into my tongue, but I swallowed it back. As Mion went to put the bento box in her bag, she noticed a clattering noise.
ケイちゃん、なんか入ってるよ。あれ？
Kei-chan, there's something inside. Huh? Wow. Ah, she opened it? The thing inside was a little embarrassing, so I wish she hadn't opened it here. Panicking, I hid it with my hands.
な、これはだな。うちのお袋がお礼に入れとけって言ったんだ。
Well, this is, well... My mother told me to put them there in as thanks.
別に俺のセンスじゃないんだからな。
I didn't come up with it or anything.
誤解すんなよ。
Don't get the wrong idea.
綺麗。飴だ。
It's so pretty. Candy. There was a handful of candies neatly wrapped in paper inside the sparkly clean bento box. When I was cleaning the box out yesterday in the sink, Mom came over and interrogated me. I fessed up as to who had given me the food. Then she told me that something like this called for a display of gratitude. I didn't want to because it was embarrassing, so I argued that it wouldn't be like that, me to do that.
というわけなんだ。まあ、その。
Well, that's what happened. I mean, I was so embarrassed it felt like fire might shoot out my face. Mion laughing the whole thing off like she usually did would be fine, but for some reason, she was staring at the candy in the box with fascination.
ありがとう。
Thank you.
俺に言うな。入れたお袋に言ってくれ。
Don't thank me. Thank my mom. She put them in there.
それに、ミオンが俺を言う必要なんかないんだぞ。
But besides, you're not the one I need to be thanking, right, Mion?
それはシオンにあげるものなんだからな。
Those are for Shion, okay?
うん、そうだよね。
Right. You're right.
うん。
Okay.
シオンに伝えておくね。
I'll be sure to tell Shion.
きっとシオンも嬉しがると思うよ。
I just know she'll be happy. Mion, looking a little downtrodden, put the lid back on the box. Seemed like I ended up saying something a little mean at the end.
今日はなんだかみーちゃんほんわかな感じだね。いいことでもあったのかな。
Mi-chan, you look sort of cozy today. Did something happen?
かな。
Did it?
風邪でもひいたんではありませんの？お顔が赤いのはきっと微熱のせいでしたよ。
Perhaps she's caught a fever. The red in her face is probably due to the increased body temperature.
ってリカ、なんで私の頭を撫でますの？
Hey, Rika, why are you petting my head?
さとこもきっとそのうちお風邪をひけるようになりますですよ。
Satoko, I'm sure you'll be able to catch fever soon enough. Pet. Of course. I mean, so I'd say in that more evidence towards in that little bit there they're the same person. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be eating me alive. Like again, I'm gonna go as far as to say, I think the game wants us, the reader, along with Ketchy, to believe that they're the same person. And then I think late chapter or even late story reveal is that they're actually gonna be two different people. And Mion's just very weird about it. And she acts weird about it. That's what like, I would think that it's trying to paint... it's trying to paint the scene as us being like, give us all the evidence in the world to making us believe as the reader that they're the same person. And then the wild reveal at some point will be, bam, they are two separate people. And they're both gonna drug me at the same time. And murder Ketchy. That's my gut instinct at the moment. But we'll call it there a night. We'll call it a night there. I mean, as the teacher of the class, I'll give you guys back half an hour or so of your night. It's a nice break point anyway. And we can all, for a few days, just wonder, what's the deal with... I almost said Shannon and Cannon because I was reading chat there. What's the deal with Shion and Mion? Mishi? What's the deal with that Shion? Is it the same voice actress for the Mion and Shion? That even the voices sound different to me. Although I'm definitively not good at like distinct telling it's the same. Because I know like a voice actress could definitely be doing like just slightly different voices. I know that, but like that's why like when it was happening I was like, yeah. I don't know. At the very first reveal, like I said, there's a split second where I was like, oh, it's the same. And then I was like, wait, no, that's different. And then, whatever. Whatever. All right, you guys have a nice rest of your night. We'll be back with reading Higurashi on Tuesday night. We'll do like a chapter or so, depending on how long they are. And then I think next weekend I should be good to read more Umineko. Or not Umineko. Higurashi. Saturday night. I don't think any other life things are happening Saturday night, but I'll have to get back on that. I'll have to double check. Unsure. 100%. Not sure 100%. Have a great day. Have a great rest of your night, or whatever it is. Morning, maybe? I don't know. Have a great Sunday. Until next stream. More Final Fantasy? Yeah. Probably more Final Fantasy tomorrow. Once I'm holding myself to it. Getting my car inspected tomorrow morning. I can't wiggle my way out of it anymore. Gotta do it. Once I do that, and assuming I haven't completely lost my voice, I'll be back with Final Fantasy tomorrow. That's the plan, at least. We'll see when I wake up and everything. Alright, until next stream. Bye.